I'm on heroin. Heroin. I'm on heroin. I'm on heroin. I'm on heroin. I'm on heroin. Heroin. I'm on 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 heroin. Heroin. I'm on heroin. I'm on heroin. 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 I'm on 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 heroin. 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 It's so painful.
You know I was scared. Something for your mind, 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 mind. Something for your mind, 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 mind. Something for your mind.
Hey everyone. Hey Doc, how's it going?
I'm doing really well. It's lovely to be here. Is everything good with sound and vision? Because we have so much to discuss this evening or this afternoon.
Yeah, everything seems to be good. I'm just going to lower the crop. I should have done this a second ago on the call here for you, but yeah, everything's good aside from what's happening in the lives of anyone who's connected to Patrick John Coleman. Things are probably going bad for all of those people right now.
Yeah, there's a sense of deja vu, history repeating itself, and the inevitability of evil coming to the surface. He just could not stay out of that particular pond for any extended period.
Nope, now he's got to show off. He's got to let us all know how powerful he is and just march around like a big fucking jackass, which worked out for him really well the last time, you know?
The last several times, based on our extensive interviewing people actively involved in the circumstances. So,
how much money do you think he's taken MERRICK for so far? We know he got a few thousand out of Butterfield. I don't know that he got any money from Vitaly, but he did get his life and his soul. So
yeah. And and Vitaly's service as a spirit guide, apparently.
That's why he died. In fact, remember that Vitaly died. Part of the reason he died was to help Patrick's friend Will get more pussy, except then later Will was brainwashed by Patrick until we contacted Will's family and got him out of the situation.
Yeah, so many thanks to everyone who has stood up and told their stories, the drop-in interviews, the excellent time we had talking with Patrick Butterfield, and I hope you're doing well, Patrick. The conversations that you had with Vitaly before the tragic end of his life. And the pattern that we see now with MERRICK is exactly what we have seen at least twice on YouTube and have reports of multiple other episodes like this.
It's escalating quickly, too. I mean, a few weeks ago, it was like, well, they're weird, but, you know, they're just whatever. But now he's got MERRICK crying on camera, screaming, and fucking writing "Now I'm Nothing" on his chest. It's getting really dark really quick.
Yeah, I wonder if Patrick has read a book called The Articles of Interrogation, because how you break someone down is pretty much exactly what he's doing right now. It's almost as if he has gone through the text and ticked off the points one by one.
He's explicitly telling us that's what he's doing, except that's what he's telling MERRICK is like, I'm breaking your ego, I need to break your ego. But what he's actually doing is breaking MERRICK's capacity to think for himself. He's breaking his self-defense mechanism against predators like Patrick. Like, he's just tearing down the wall that is supposed to keep people like Patrick out. So,
yeah. Patrick wants a worshipping zombie. I recall a couple of serial killers, not suggesting that Patrick is like that, who attempted to do this physiologically, but Patrick's modus operandi is psychological torture, sometimes coupled with, but I think primary to, the physical abuse that we know him to have committed in the past.
Yeah, and he will blatantly torture people on camera. And one of the videos we're going to show, the one where MERRICK writes "Now I'm Nothing," and I showed this on my show the other day, but we didn't get to watch it with Doc. He makes Merrick cry after screaming literally 8 times at the top of his lungs. And then when Merrick's crying and says, I don't know why I'm crying, Patrick's like, well, stop crying. You have nothing to cry about. It's like, you just literally caused him to fucking erupt. Yeah. And then you like antagonize him for doing exactly what you were trying to get him to do. It's just bald-faced brainwashing. He's not even hiding it from the rest of us.
Yeah, he did a couple of internal contradictions and widely swinging from overt posturing affection to hostility based on the presence or absence of this entity that he's trying to exorcise from a guy who's been, at Patrick's own admission, under his heavy tutelage, shall we say, for a couple of weeks.
Here's what he does, too. He gets you worked up in one direction. Then he attacks you for being worked up by flipping the script. So he'll go from attacking you to love bombing you. And then when you start to feel comfortable, then he'll begin to attack you again. And then when you feel all hope is lost, he'll love bomb you again. It's fucking, I mean, you don't have to be a genius to figure out what people like this do. It's been done a million times before. It's just shocking he's going to do it again on camera after the last person he did it to fucking shot himself in the head.
I wonder how much of this is instinctive with Patrick or whether he actually does research, because as you've said, this is completely textbook in terms of the psychiatric process. Sorry, psychological process.
Right. Well, we have a lot of videos that Patrick would much rather not exist online, including a bunch that I did not show on my show the other night. But what do you, should we open with, did you see the video with Merrick and Now I'm Nothing written on his chest? Would you like to watch that first?
Oh, I have seen it and commented on it, but I'm going to make a suggestion because we're going to get dark tonight. I think everyone who's familiar with the story realizes that. Can we start with a humorous one or something a little bit less cancerous? Maybe Patrick, the police showed up at his apartment.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll work everyone in. But this was after Vitaly died, right?
Yeah. Okay. This was during the Rip It advertising campaign.
Oh, that's right, when he was trying to get Rip It to sponsor him in the wake of Vitaly's death. Oh, also, I hear our friend Lord Jesus Christ has a number of Periscope videos that Patrick deleted, including the one where he tries to get blowjobs while name-dropping Vitaly.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, well, his mourning process is certainly unique, as is his dress sense.
Yeah, look at what the fuck he's wearing here. Notice his look has completely changed for Merrick. By the way, he met Merrick in an AA meeting. Just, that's where he meets most of his boyfriends, or the insane asylum. So...
Yeah, those are the hunting grounds, it seems. And, no disrespect to AA, they do some good stuff.
Yeah, this is the kind of guy that the people in AA probably want to keep out of AA. They want him to he's just going to prey on anyone in there.
Separate the weak from the herd.
Well, I want Patrick to know this is a blast from the past. You can look forward to a number of blasts from the past in your ass in the coming weeks, okay? Because there's tons of videos and they're all going to be re-released. All right, buddy? Enjoy that.
And Patrick, remember when we said that as soon as you started doing this again, we would start doing this again?
Yep.
Well,
here we are.
Here we are. Thanks.
Oh, and before we start, in the title of the video, it says, do you know Merrick, Merrick Jacobson? I'm trying to find somebody who is friends or family with Merrick Jacobson because Patrick has, it seems from what he said yesterday, cut off Merrick's internet access. He was heavily implying. So Merrick needs to get out of there. If you know Merrick Jacobson, you should know the last guy Patrick did this to killed himself, and Patrick just fucking lambasted his family and we'll show you. But either way, if you know Merrick Jacobson, please contact us. I have an email address in the description, but there's plenty of other ways to contact us. Get in touch with us somehow if you have any kind of access to Merrick.
Yeah, and Merrick, please feel free, reach out, contact us via G+, or on the Omnierus channel, and the Psychic Vampires, or Doc Savage, and we will do whatever we can to help you into a better situation than the one you're in. And
I promise you help, Merrick.
Yeah, that's 100%. All the other bullshit, all the comedy, the satire, and the darkness aside, you have a way out if you want to take it, and we will help you.
I bet he's not feeling much comedy right now, but he's probably not watching this because Patrick is very likely not allowing him any kind of internet where he's not present.
Yeah, sensory deprivation, isolation from family and friends, sleep deprivation almost certainly, interrogative narrative style hostility and oscillation of affect. And there you go. Another willing slave, or rather a coerced young man who is in a very dangerous situation.
It's very dangerous. I mean, again, Vitaly killed himself, so it's lethal. It's a lethal situation. But anyway, here's Patrick about a year and a half ago, maybe a little bit longer, while gibbering on drugs, acting like a fucking fool. And that room back there with the curtain over it, that's where his boyfriend who killed himself lived, okay? Just want to really stress that point. And he, of course, is remorseless.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Patrick Strong.
Oh, sorry. What's that?
This is the mariachi period in Patrick's dressing. So he was previously wearing feather boas and such, but he's going a little bit sort of mariachi Mexican wrestler-esque.
Remember what he wore in that video where he invited that 14-year-old boy?
The boa, yeah.
Blue scarf and that big fucking red jacket?
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's not creepy. I already have a boyfriend. We all know what happened to that boyfriend in case the point's not getting through to anybody.
Yeah, that would be the dead one.
Yeah. And by the way, I'll show this video as well. The last thing Patrick told this person, Vitaly called him and said, "I'm going to kill myself." And Patrick said, "Fuck off and die." So there you go, everyone. His client, he referred to as his client. So if you need shamanic help, it really worked for Vitaly.
Yeah. And Vitaly, let's continue with the video. We'll get to the other stuff when we get to the other stuff.
Sorry, I just really, there's so much to say about this shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a shaman in Chicago, Illinois. And the police were just at my apartment.
The police showed up at his apartment a number of times that year, if I recall correctly.
Oh, yeah. And the police in Chicago know Patrick very, very well.
They ignore his calls, just like the police ignore David Schroeder's calls.
Yeah. So I have spoken with a number of them, and they've been lovely. Just to point out certain things that were going on. And they're like, "Patrick John, oh yes. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Enough said, we understand."
Right.
So he's in the whack job file for sure. And he called the cops at one point because vodka demons threw him down the stairs.
Were those the same demons that possessed Vitaly when Vitaly punched him in his fucking ugly face and gave him a huge black eye?
No, but that was a fine moment. And in memory of Vitaly, good for you for doing that, son.
It's too bad that punch didn't just fucking trigger a stroke that took this piece of garbage off the earth. That would have been really fantastic.
Well, let's let him speak for himself, because we cannot do this man justice in terms of the horror.
Let's go.
Somebody called the police on me. Why do you keep calling the police on me? What am I doing? What am I doing? That is so threatening to you. That is so threatening to you. So the police and I had a conversation.
It's more like what he's doing that's threatening to innocent people who are naive as we watch him pick them off of the streets. He can't hurt us, but he can go hurt these people who have no idea what's going on. So that's actually why we don't like him. It's not because he scares us.
And in a more general sense, and to be clear, we didn't call the cops on him this time.
No.
But if you behave... Yeah, we have. If you behave exactly as Patrick is behaving in this video, people will call the cops on you.
Yeah, and we will call them again if we have to.
Yeah, it's like deranged fruit bag going nuts in Tesco's. Yeah, Patrick, you're looking like a frog-eyed douchebag coming off a bender, wearing a dress. Yeah.
Okay, so like take a step back. Say you're not on the webcam. You're in this apartment. There's no technology. You're looking on the TimeCube app. This looks like it could be a picture right out of like 1968 or something, doesn't it? Like what the fuck? He looks like he's going to Woodstock or something.
Tardstock.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, Pat, bring it.
And you cannot fuck with me anymore. You cannot fuck with me anymore. You can call the police all you want. You can call the police all you want. All you want. What am I doing that is causing you so much disturbance?
Torturing mentally ill gay boys.
Well, you know what? Amy Shaw had the perfect response for that, though, Doc. She said, as long as it's not you, you need to mind your own business. So even if he is torturing mentally ill gay boys, that's none of our business, Doc. Even if he's putting it on the internet, parading it around, masquerading to show off his trophies until they kill themselves, it's none of our business.
Well, let's address Amy's point, flaccid though it is. I am not a gay boy currently. I am, however, diagnosed as having a mental illness. So I could have been one of the guys that Patrick abused. Fortunately, in that vulnerable phase, I had legitimate, good, compassionate teachers who helped me rather than vampirizing my spirit.
And you know what? It's not just a matter of it being Patrick. There's a million Patricks. There's Patricks all over the fucking place, and they should all be called out. So,
yeah.
Whatever.
And
what's
Patrick,
Amy going to say when Merrick fucking dies? Is Amy going to defend Patrick again?
Yeah, she will, because, he's...
None of your business if 2 people killed themselves after his spiritual counseling.
Amy, yeah.
What delusional fucking nutbags.
Yeah, Amy has a number of privilege cards that she plays, and we can't intrude too much, but the minute she starts defending people like this...
Yeah.
My nice guy gloves are off. Not that I
Watch
wear
your step, Amy.
Yeah. So is Patrick still on the booze here? I think it's PBR time again.
I don't know. That might be a Four Loko, or it might be a Rip It. It's probably a Rip It. I think it's a Rip It. Let's see.
Rip It.
It's a Rip It. That sure was.
What am I doing? That the police showed up at my apartment.
Take a sip of Rip It, and your shaman powers go into full.
Yeah,
the police came.
He did a video yesterday, wisdom from the spirits about how to keep your drink cold with frozen cucumber. Ooh, yeah.
Remember, he knows all about the shamanic plants, because remember, tobacco is also a shamanic plant. So maybe cucumbers are. I know he's probably had a few of them up his ass.
The first time he was committed was for dancing naked to the corn spirits out in some farm country.
Was that really? I forgot if that's even true or not.
Yeah, can you imagine? He's on the highway getting down in the cop lights, or he thinks he's in a club.
This is another one of those guys who was in a psych ward, but then they let him out. He should have stayed in there, like Steven's going to stay in the psych ward for a while. So that's how long Patrick should be in there.
Yep. Okay, Patrick, tell us your story, you dipshit moron.
I said I'm being cyberbullied. They're like, we'll take care of you, sir. We'll take care of you, sir. So call the police all you want. Call the police all you want. Call them over and over again. Because 69 people got shot in Chicago over Memorial Day weekend. There have been 1,000 murders in Chicago this year. So... They have better things to do than deal with your fucking bullshit about me. So...
No, look at that. He's like an Oompa Loompa.
He looks like a bird person. Like, his hair looks like actual bird feathers at this point.
Yeah. He's like, they've got more things to do than deal with me calling them.
He's a Marvel Comics movie villain. Like, it just... What the hell is going on with this look?
I miss when...
Don't forget, we can't be too mean. He was on extremely hard narcotics when he made this video.
Yeah, and drunk as well. And I miss the times when he would draw all over his face in indelible marker and
Something
do the whole...
tells me they're coming back.
Ground Force Illuminati, all that bollocks. Oh yeah, he's got the shaman vision. Ooh.
Oh my. Spooky. I love how he thinks that doing this is like, it does something. Like, when I do this, it's like powerful for some reason. Well, we can do it too, stupid. Anyone can do it, moron. Dumbass.
Yeah. When I talk to the CEO of the company, I always do this so that we can recognize our shaman powers. It's like,
at the beginning of the job interview, that's how you greet each other.
Fuck you. Here's a hand signal for you.
Ooh. This video's He needs to. I really want to get dark with him, so I hope that he says something untoward.
Stop it and drop it. Stop it and drop it. Because I'm still going to continue doing what I'm doing. Why is...
Well, he's telling us to stop because he's going to continue to do what he's doing. And by the way, if you notice, there's like a piece of lint on his mustache here. It moves around with the stash so you can see it. But if you're going to keep doing what you're doing, why would you telling us to stop make us stop doing what we're going to do? I mean, your own logic can be applied back to you, but that's how so much of his logic is. All of the techniques that he uses to trick people are techniques that could easily be used to trick him. So that's how you know they're bullshit.
Yeah, Patrick is a really talented performer, and but he's drawn way into the darkness for all kinds of different reasons, I guess. But he's also a not very bright person who thinks he's really smart. And it's so easy to read him like a book. He's entirely formulaic. After about 3 or 4 weeks of watching, you get all the patterns.
Yeah, and the cycle, like, it may slightly alter every time, but it basically is the same fucking... He's gonna be in psych wards again before you know it, but here's hoping that Merrick goes the Patrick Butterfield route rather than the Vitali route.
Hell yeah, because Pat Butterfield is a great guy who's doing well in his life to the best of our knowledge. And... yeah, the alternative option is a lot of pain and suffering. So let's hope he gets out. Let's hope. I mean, my primary wish is that they stay away from booze, because if they add another chemical into this, I think it's all going to go to shit.
He's going to start giving him drugs. I am almost positive that that's what's going to happen. And, you know, for shamanic purposes, if he has not already, because Merrick's acting very strange. It could just be from days of, like, sleep deprivation and mind games, but, like, he looks wonked the fuck out, like, just staring there waiting for the next prompt. He looks like he's been wiped.
Yeah, exactly. The blank stare and the parrot responses indicated to me that there was something like that going on, but who knows, maybe it was all just performance art.
Well, remember, that was Patrick's excuse when he was in hot water 2 years ago after Vitali killed himself. He first said he was a targeted individual and then backtracked and said that the whole time he's been doing this, he was never a shaman or any of that. He was just a performance artist. But of course, now he's a shaman again. Yeah,
a performance artist charging for shamanic services. Alex
men, though.
Yeah, Alex Jones used that same defense in his divorce case and fucked up. So try it, Patrick.
Well, I'm sure that Patrick will continue to try it because he's a retarded person and just does the same thing over and over again because he's an idiot. So
I think part of him craves the attention of being considered a disgrace and a disgusting human. He revels in that.
Well, I want to. How about we get a little dark a little faster? How about we watch You Fucking Piece of Shit from Patrick John Coleman?
Yeah, I think that's lovely, and this is a direct full canvas mirror of his content. So
this is Patrick Unleashed. It's just full, absolute, the soul of Patrick being bared for us all. You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Hello, my name is Patrick John Coleman, and the title of this video is called You Disgusting Piece of Shit. Okay. I'm a loving being. I'm a being of light. So your negativity and your hatred.
He's a light being who told the person he slept with and called his boyfriend to kill himself the last time that they talked. So yeah, what a light being. He's a really loving guy. And his boyfriend did it too.
Yeah.
Loving guy.
Yeah, sweetheart.
Mm-hmm. Real nice guy.
Is reflected in me. So you leave me hateful comments. You call me a disgusting piece of shit. I'm in a time of grief. You're a psychopath. You're a psychopath. So get off my fucking channel. Get off my fucking channel. Unsubscribe. It's really easy. Go to...
He always uses the argument, if you don't like what I'm doing, stop watching. Well, that's what you would like, isn't it? You would like to operate in the shadows, you fucking sick predator.
Yeah, but his ego cannot deal with being irrelevant in that respect. He needs an audience for his evil. We are it. So, Patrick, you bring it on yourself. We only ever comment on what you choose to make public.
Well, he also kind of likes having antagonists so he can play the victim a little bit. And also the antagonist can absorb all of the criticism and become the bogeyman for whichever little boy he's trying to fucking brainwash right now. So...
Yeah. I loved it when he did that, like, 9-hour hangout with the Insane Maniac posse telling everyone what's wrong with us.
Is that with Wiley on there?
Yeah, Wiley, the hoodoo guy, the arsonist.
Yeah, we have. I think we still have that. I've got everything.
Yeah.
We've got everything, Patrick. Not all of it is available when you search for Mirror, but we've got fucking everything, you little bitch. Everything he deleted when he was caught in a lie about Vitaly, he deleted his whole channel 5 minutes later. We still have it, motherfucker.
Every single thing, Patrick. Sorry.
All right, let's continue.
My channel and hit unsubscribe. Do I have to tell you how to use Google again? Do I have to tell you guys to use Google? Are you that fucking stupid that you can't learn how to use Google to understand what a shaman is?
I can use Google. I can use Google to find websites that say shamanism doesn't exist as well. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you Google Patrick John Coleman, filthy scumbag scammer,
Yeah.
guess who comes up?
Yeah, actually, you can use Google to prove that Patrick John Coleman's a fucking piece of shit, too. And there's actually way more evidence on Google that Patrick is a piece of shit than that shamanism is real. Way more evidence.
Yeah, I've got like 2,000 videos.
Yeah, heaps of it.
Here's the thing about Patrick, and I kind of admire this about him. His ego is so out of control that he knows he could take down my whole channel in about 5 seconds. And I've kind of set it up that way.
Yeah.
But he won't do it because he loves to be hated by people. And he loves to just taunt folks by doing evil shit.
Even if he did, the videos would just come back over and over again. So and every time that he did that, it would get worse for him.
Yeah. So you can call me Doc Streisand if you want, Patrick, and you're free to do whatever you want, because frankly, I don't give a shit. You have no power. So keep doing what you're doing, and we'll be up your ass.
Well, let's let him continue to bare his soul.
Okay, so here's what you do. If you are hate watching me, you're mentally ill. Something is wrong with you.
This guy is telling us that we're mentally ill, while he essentially brainwashes gay men in states of arrested development with schizophrenia or bipolar issues. But we're the mentally ill ones because we don't like to watch that happen. So
Yeah. And while I have spent time in a psychiatric ward, I haven't spent a year there recently, Patrick, or ever for that matter, or multiple bouts of rehab. You were in and out like a freaking yo-yo.
he wasn't, and the taxpayer was paying for all of it too.
Yeah.
So his drugs also made a lot of this worse. So his drug use was costing the taxpayers thousands of dollars.
Yeah, another kind of hateful but ancillary thing here is he's also abused the pharmaceutical industry, the one that keeps him alive with his HIV meds that you're also paying for.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's continue.
Because this is a sanctuary for spiritual people. So, here's what you do. If you don't like what I do, hit unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. It's so fucking simple. Okay, so go to my main YouTube channel page at myshamanlife.com and hit unsubscribe.
All right, there we go. I want to move on. Let's crank it up. I don't know. I just hate Patrick so fucking much. Like, it's actually, I hate to admit it, but it's driving me a little crazy to see him doing it again. Can you hear me? I can't hear you, Doc. Are you muted? I think you might be muted. Doc, I can't hear you at all. Doc, are you muted? Your sound's gone. Oh shit. That sucks. I don't know, maybe sign out and sign back in. It's probably Magic Dan. And in case you guys don't know, Patrick sicked Magic Dan on us. Magic Dan was, of course, an interdimensional shaman. He sicked on us with the help of Wiley. his friend who likes to, he's very stabby and has lighters, which I'll show some of that tonight. I'm actually going to replay this stream tonight. I'm not going to do a regular show tonight at 8 p.m. because I didn't want to do 2 shows today. So I'm going to replay this stream along with a number of relevant Patrick clips. The stream will probably be about 4 hours long. That's going to go at 8 o'clock. So it'll have this and then some other relevant stuff. But waiting. Sorry. So, you there?
Hi.
Hey, I can hear you now.
Awesome, great.
Wonder what happened. That was probably Magic Dan. Son of a bitch.
Patrick's magic goblin's giving us a tough time again.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you actually? Let's show what Patrick was like with Vitali. Why not?
Yeah. Which video do you want to show on that?
I have free this is the one that he did where he fell asleep and Ron kept interviewing Vitali after Patrick passed out from opiate abuse. So. Yeah,
Patrick on the nod. Yeah, that was when the creepy vibes started to be really apparent between them. Because, we're pretty broad-minded folks. We're not here to judge people's relationships until something like this starts going on.
Well, for those of you who have seen how Merrick and Patrick interact, let's pay attention to how Patrick and Vitali interacted, okay? Here we go. I'm not going to say the whole
so
thing,
you introduce me, and I'll say, like, there's times when he's in the bathroom chanting, and he's like, Patrick, leave me alone, I leave him alone. Like, he's not my slave, like, he's not, like, I let him do what he wants to do. But, I said, I think this would work out better with us being boyfriends rather than, roommates or whatever, and he agreed.
No.
Oh, I see.
They started as clients. Patrick took on Vitali as a client that he wasn't charging. And then he asked Vitali to sell his laptop so that he could afford to move in with Patrick. So he did that, and now they're roommates, and Patrick suggests that they be boyfriends. So do you see what's going on here? I mean, you see how the cycle begins? I wonder if the same thing happened with Merrick.
Mm.
But, I mean, yeah, it's a little disturbing to watch this, but I hope Patrick's enjoying the video, because I'm sure he doesn't like that it exists.
No, okay, I'm with you on that.
That's Ronaldinho speaking to them, by the way. He used to be on Psychic Vampires with us. If you're watching, hi, Ron.
We love you.
We love you, Ron.
But you were in your underwear at the time, right? That sounds crazy. I know you guys are roommates, whatever, but...
survival manner, and then he's using me because I'm younger, but we also still like each other's personality at the same time. So,
it's
kind of
very...
Look, Patrick's going on the nod. Heroin.
Yeah, he nods off in this video like multiple times, and then he goes to lay down. So, hold on, let me make this a little smaller now. Yeah.
On the nod.
Not like a normal loving relationship, though, that you're... Like, okay, you guys like each other's personality, okay? That's one thing. That's not love, though. And I'm nobody to speak on it. I don't know you guys from Magic, but... it doesn't sound to me like, okay...
He's literally passing out.
And it's mutually...
Look at those eyes.
But
don't forget, guys, he did admit to doing heroin, as we opened the show by reminding everyone about. So that's probably what's going on here.
Do you see what I'm getting at here? Like,
he's back. He's back. What happened? I just woke up from the
he doesn't want Vitali to talk, so he's got to jump in and direct the conversation, but he's in no state to do it. And by the way, after this video where Patrick passes out around 40 minutes, Vitali stayed and talked. Patrick demanded that the video go down. He said, I'll do another interview with you tomorrow. Actually, we probably should have watched that one, because that one's going to be way more controlled. But, I might even have it on here. But, so basically, he demanded Ron take this video down. They redo the interview. They did that, and then this video was gone for a long time, but then Patrick did something ridiculous. I don't remember what it was, and then we put the video back up. But yeah, he didn't like this video being seen because he was nodding off on heroin or whatever the fuck he was on in this video. And he also didn't like it because Vitaly got to speak for himself and kind of show himself.
Yeah, for the first and only time, in truth. And the positioning of Vitaly physically in this video is very telling as well. He's in a position where he can be completely blotted out by Patrick because he's a prop.
Well, I'm trying to find this other video. I'll let this play for a second. I'm trying to find the more controlled one from the next day. Let me find that real quick. And yeah, Vitaly is a prop, just like Merrick is a prop. They're treated like Patrick's like, look at what I manifested. Look at what I can control. Look at what I can do to their heads. So yeah, they are like, they're fucking marionettes for him to just show off to the rest of us because he's an exhibitionist psychopath.
Yep, pretty much.
All right, here we go.
I get very father-like with him because I'm old enough to be his father. I get very father-like with him, and he did not have a good upbringing, so I felt the need to give him knowledge and wisdom that his father was not able to provide.
Yeah,
so
knowledge and wisdom about your made-up magical powers, maybe.
What a father figure, too. Take a look at that face. That's a hell of a father figure right there, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, I'm pretty sure Vitaly had psychiatric problems before he arrived with Patrick. But when someone says, yeah, the aliens are really speaking to you, and the voices on the radio are telling you the truth, and so am I.
And
that's not going to be helping.
That's what he told Vitaly, too. He specifically said, you're hearing voices, it's extraterrestrials. He was telling him the Greys were talking to him, all kinds of nonsense that he doesn't even fucking believe anymore or talk about anymore. So he literally is just telling this kid who has this malleable, putty-like mind, he's just like Hannibal Lecter experimenting with his fucking emotions in his mind. And we saw how it worked out. I mean, you see Vitaly smiling in this video. He sure wasn't smiling that last time he called Patrick John Coleman when he told Patrick, I think I'm going to kill myself, and Patrick told him to do it! Which, again, I'll show that video again, over and over, until the end of time, including in this broadcast. So,
Free Merrick. Free Merrick. Merrick, get out. We can help you.
He needs to... I really don't want to see the same thing happen again. I didn't see what was going to happen with Vitaly coming. It fucking blew my mind when Vitaly was found dead of suicide. It fucking blew my mind. So, I'm not going to let it happen again. Fuck you, Patrick. I'll do whatever the fuck it takes. You're not going to do it again, you piece of shit. Anyway, sorry I sound really worked up because I hate this piece of shit more than almost anyone on the face of the planet, but... my bad.
And here's a secret that you guys don't know. We have not had sex. We have not had sex.
I'm sure that's because he was disgusted by Patrick. In fact, there were a number of times that Patrick would get in Vitaly's face, and Vitaly would just, like, go back like this. Like, he would just repulsed. So, it was very clear what was going on. This piece of shit was giving Vitaly drugs, which we know for a fucking fact. So, fuck you, Patrick. Or at least I know that for a fact. I don't want to speak on behalf of anyone else. But... oh, sorry, bringing up old emotions.
Yeah, play the video.
So,
that's, you know, that's kind of almost more information than I asked for, but that does, since we're on the subject, okay. I really don't know how to respond to that. Give me a second here.
I mean, we have decided to wait till the right time for us to...
Let's skip.
But do you know that experience, as well as other UFO types that try to have past alien memory, whatever, fucking probe in my bunghole stuff.
But all this that we're going through has already happened.
But let me say this stuff about what I'm saying, like the...
Ugh, okay, I can't watch that anymore. I'll show the other one when it finishes downloading, but there's a lot of other Patrick stuff I want to show. We could show some of the Merrick stuff if we want to show his live stream from yesterday.
Yeah, let's just bring that up and bring it right up to date with the latest rollout of douchebag pantomime.
Yeah, so I'm not going to show the video with Merrick with "Now I'm Nothing" on his chest because I showed that in my last broadcast. But this video was from yesterday. It's Patrick John Coleman live stream. Now, you all saw how he was with Vitaly. Unfortunately, this is not the one I should have grabbed the other clip. It's currently downloading. But here we go. And VLC crashed. Let me pull that back up.
Yeah, I also noticed they had a whole 9 viewers at one point.
Here we go. VLC. Come here. Alright, future robots. As we all know, Patrick himself is a future robot. We also have that video if anyone wants to see.
Yeah, so you can buy your future robots merchandise at the Patrick John Coleman douchebag store.
Mm-hmm. Alright, here we go.
You're real. Buy a domain starting at $9.
Happen on this when we're live. If you subscribe,
Why is it not showing
certain
anything?
things happen.
Oh, it comes
Donate,
up.
certain things
Oh, okay.
happen. But you're gonna have to discover that for yourself. Okay, we're about to go live here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness!
You are
Watch
live,
out.
dumbass.
Here it comes. Oh
Wow.
Oh.
Oh.
Let's pause and just take a look at these statements that he's putting up on his website. And these change from time to time, so it's never other people. That's an interesting thing for him to tell people in his audience, because all he has ever done is blame other people for his problems, whether it be narcissists or his mother or us or the dark witches and psychic vampires, you know? But he tells other people, particularly people like Merrick, to stop blaming other people. Whatever emotions you feel, even if I'm specifically inducing them in you, they're your own fault. Interesting.
Yeah. Also note, Merrick is again in the Vitaly position, completely behind Patrick, subordinate and objectified.
Yep, and as we all know, turned out real well for Vitaly.
All right. So, wait. Where are we? We just
Where are we? Where are you?
Fortunately, Patrick is still here on the planet Earth and not burning in the fires of hell where he belongs, unfortunately.
Where did we go? Okay, so
where you're going.
so today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be giving you a tour of the Concrete Shamanism website.
Yes.
Wow, I can really not hold my water on that one.
And if this seems boring to you guys, don't worry. It's 52 minutes long, and we're not going to watch the whole thing, but it starts to pick up right around 7 or 8 minutes. And there's a lot of interesting things to note in this video, so don't worry. If it seems boring, the fun times are coming. Not fun times for Merrick, unfortunately. I have a feeling that the longer that Merrick stays with Patrick, the less fun that he's ever going to have in his life. So he really needs to get out of there. I really want to stress that, okay? If you know Merrick, please contact us. We need to get him away from Patrick as soon as possible.
Here you go today. While this is live, you can chat, and your chats will show up on the screen. So if you're not watching it live and you don't have access to the chat room, that's fine. You'll be able to see who participated in this particular live stream.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He has no idea what to say.
You're allowed to talk now, Merrick. Talk.
He gives him the eye contact to let him know it's okay to move or to breathe. So.
Okay, so we've done a lot of work recently. Training, writing.
Yes.
What else have we been doing?
Stuff.
I mean, adventures.
Yeah.
You know, when you're a couple of shamans.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
Life is like
Stuff.
a video game. And
Hold on,
this could be like one
I was trying to hit pause and something popped up.
So Merrick's contribution thus far is yeah, stuff, and yeah.
That's because he's afraid to say anything wrong.
Yeah.
the most fun video games that you will ever play. So if you want to reincarnate as a shaman, before you request that for your next incarnation, watch out, because you're going to have to deal with a lot of stuff. Not necessarily spirits. So,
this is Patrick putting the escape plan into action preemptively. Yeah, you had a miserable time and you suffered a lot of bullshit, but that's because you're a shaman. You chose it. I'm just part of your timeline.
Yeah, your suffering is, you're predestined to be tortured by me. Even if you feel bad about it, you agreed to it because of your soul contract, which we'll cover again shortly. He thinks that even children who were beaten to death signed a soul contract, which I'll show a clip of him saying very shortly. So yeah, Merrick, Vitali, like, he signed a soul contract to kill himself. So, Patrick's not responsible in any way. Nor will he be responsible for whatever happens to Merrick. I skipped ahead a little bit here. Let's listen real closely to this next part.
You know better than infinite motherfucking intelligence. Okay? Now, what is infinite intelligence? Ask a question. There's an answer. Right out there. I mean, you have a question? Let's access infinite intelligence. We'll get your answer. Oh, but no. The ego will have you convinced that you're smarter than everybody else.
Yeah.
So can you talk about when we're training and how you want to like say that I don't know that the ego will say to him,
listen
that
up.
he knows more about something than I do, which as his elder I should, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he referred to himself as his owner. I'm sorry, I'm mishearing what he said. Well, he basically is acting like his owner. I mean, he's looking at him, he's giving him prompts to say yes or no, or to repeat the psychobabble bullshit that he's plied into his fucking brain. Ugh, sorry.
That's okay. No, I understand. It's like watching the same bad theatre or extended train wreck again.
Here, I got one.
And it'll just sneak on. So we were all fine until the ego started doing things, like having him think for himself and having him think about things. Remember?
Oh, yeah. So their relationship was great until Merrick started questioning Patrick, and then Patrick realized he had to crush Merrick's ego. So the problems began when Merrick started to think for himself. That's literally what this piece of garbage just said.
Yeah, let's timestamp that and make sure it never goes away.
Yeah, that's 1320. I already have it timestamped.
Excellent. Yeah, so there it is. Patrick will do this from time to time. He'll slip up and tell you exactly what he's thinking.
I almost think he does it on purpose. Like, it's an exhibitionistic thing. It's like him saying, like, fuck you guys if you have a problem with it. I'm going to brainwash him and you can't do shit about it, motherfuckers. That's the impression I get from this loathsome filth.
Yeah, he loves to be loathed, and I think it's a tragedy, but I'm not really concerned about Patrick, just about Merrick getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I wish terrible things on Patrick, if we're being honest. Very terrible things. But let's let him continue to explain how thinking for yourself is a big problem.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
When I said, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
You thinking?
Yeah.
You thinking? Because thinking is an...
Merrick seems so fucking confused, like he has no idea what's going on or what the appropriate response to what's happening is. So, and he's probably afraid of what's going to happen if he does wrong once Patrick shuts the fucking video off. He's probably going to poke at his brain just like he's been doing.
Yeah, it seems to be that he is in some kind of altered state. And I don't think it's chemical at this stage, but sleep deprivation I mentioned before, and this kind of sensory bombardment, I think it would trouble even a really stable person. But, can Merrick communicate independently with the outside world is a key question for me at this time.
As he's going to explain here later in this video, he is no longer able to communicate with the outside world because he's taking a break from social media on I wonder whose request. But, it's also funny, we can see them behaving this way here on camera, which is dark enough, but we also saw how Patrick behaved with Butterfield on camera, and that seemed a lot different than what Butterfield said happened when the camera was off. There was physical violence. There was he was literally out on the streets panhandling for Patrick while Patrick sat in his apartment doing shaman work. I mean, who knows what's going on that's not being recorded here? Based on what we've heard from previous boyfriends, and there's more than just Vitali and Butterfield, there's probably some really interesting things happening off camera.
Yeah, but we can only speculate. And again, we only comment about what Patrick chooses to make public in the form of YouTube.
Right. Well, let's continue.
Indicator that your ego is coming on. That's
Yeah.
all. You're just, when you start thinking, oh shit, you're just gonna have to let that ego throw a tantrum.
Yeah, absolutely.
So see,
Absolutely.
ego is
Sure.
Just say it. Just we have to do this until he learns how to do. I know how to do this without having to go through this. But his ego will be like, well,
Now, if you're interested in what Merrick's friends and family thought when they heard that he was dating Patrick, we'll skip a little bit ahead. Doc, what do you think that their reaction was?
I bet they were delighted, and they were planning a wedding and a whole shower thing. It was going to be beautiful, beautiful thing.
And you remember that little girl that Patrick was going to have when he married Will, who obviously is no longer a part of Patrick's timeline. Now he'll maybe have it with Merrick.
Jesus, I know. All on video, folks, for anyone brave enough to go in that dark rabbit hole.
Well, let's continue.
$1,000 in debt
Yeah.
for a website.
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous.
That has no potential or any hope of making any type of money for you. So,
But this one does.
well, I mean, it's not. But I mean, we're not about making money. We're about providing you with spiritual tools and technologies.
He's not about either of those things. He's about finding young people to prey upon. As long as he has one guy who he can do this to, he doesn't care about anybody else. He just needs his fucking food. So, just to be clear what Patrick John Coleman is all about. An audience of one is all he really desires. This guy, or someone just like him.
And writings and things that will serve you.
Very cool things. That
Very
will serve
cool
you.
things.
Okay.
And we don't talk about the things that we have upcoming. So you don't really know what we're working on at all.
Yeah.
Or if we're working on anything. People didn't know I had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
They didn't know he had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Remember how they sounded
Yeah.
when they were like, they just assumed that.
Listen to him. Is he being lobotomized?
Yeah, well, he's just sitting, you can tell he's just waiting for prompts. He's anticipating what to say in case a certain thing gets said, because he doesn't want to be fucking abused anymore. Sorry.
We didn't have each other in our lives, and
Oh.
they were giving us advice, and we're like, people were giving us advice, and we were like, okay.
Yeah. Run away! Run! Don't walk, run!
Yeah, and I love how, when we told people we were dating, the first reaction was concern. Well, that's not usually the first reaction when you tell someone you got a boyfriend. They're usually not concerned. Unless your boyfriend's Patrick John Coleman. Then they may be a little concerned. Considering his track record.
Legal history, body count,
Yeah.
psychiatric history.
And considering you can look him up online and find his craziest shit without the slightest bit of problems. So anybody can look this guy up and see this.
Substance abuse, welfare queenage, the whole works, yeah. That's nothing to be concerned about.
I wonder if the Catholic Charity's still paying for his apartment. Must be, or else he would be homeless, right?
Remember, he's a mission body. He's a mission body. I've got that one if you want it.
And a robot from the future.
Yeah, and Madonna's son.
Oh, forgot about him being Madonna's son. She was raped when she was 12 and gave birth to Patrick, and she came to his door one night in a cloak and a disguise and revealed herself and said, "Patrick, you're my son, Patrick!"
Yeah,
That totally happened.
we've got that one too, Patrick.
Yeah, we've got them all.
Don't really know what's going on with people. So I know,
No.
yeah. But when we revealed that we were in a relationship, then people got a little weird over that too.
Yeah.
So basically, people are just going
People
to
are
be
just
weird.
weird.
People are just weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that doesn't normally happen when people announce that they're dating, so don't act like that's normal and don't tell Merrick that's normal. It's only normal for you, because you're a fucking freak, and everyone you date has friends and family that react that way when they find out. It's like finding out, that you're gonna marry Charles Manson. Oh, my daughter's gonna marry Charles Manson? That's how the level of concern.
Yeah. It's like, he's a great guy. He's only killed one other character that I know
Yeah,
of.
so far.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the Concrete Shamanism website, we're just going to take a brief tour. Now,
we're not going to do that. Let's skip ahead. Here's a really interesting thing to say. At 37 minutes, Patrick declares that the past never happened, which is really interesting because it did in fact happen. And in the past, his ex-boyfriend, just prior to this one, shot himself in the head after being told to do so by Patrick. So yeah, the past actually did happen, Patrick, and it's never going to go
not
away.
everything. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, sorry, Doc. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Patrick loves the Etch-a-Sketch version of the past, that as soon as something becomes uncomfortable, shazam, and it's all gone.
Why can't Patrick shift onto the timeline where these videos don't exist and where, like, we don't exist? He just can't escape this timeline for some reason, Doc.
Yeah, and maybe it's because he's an inept douchebag and he doesn't actually have any magical powers whatsoever.
But you know what, Doc? That's not true. Actually, we have magical powers, and we've been following him through all of the timelines he's skipping to get away from us. So he can never get away.
Never going to happen, Patrick. Sorry, you picked on the wrong Time Lords yet again.
All right, let's listen to this little nugget of wisdom.
I've never told anybody the truth in my life. And
You know when Bo Ratliff comes out, things are starting to get interesting.
Oh, yeah.
I love to see people upset and in pain. And guess what? She's a narcissist, and he's a psychopath, and he's
like making fun of people for talking like that, but it's literally how he talks. He's just like doing an impression of himself with Bo Ratliff's voice, which hilariously isn't one of his own characters.
Yeah, Bo Ratliff is the pre-Shaman douchebag character who was mildly funny on 3 occasions, but significantly more benign than Patrick John Coleman's Shaman.
This is like when you share a screen on Hangouts and it does an endless window of screens just into eternity. Yeah. Like that's what we're seeing here. Patrick just satirizing himself.
Sociopath, and I know it all, and I'm here to tell you everything.
By the way, that's a sign of a demonic possession. He sounds possessed.
Yeah, definitely. This reminds me of the diatribe he did about his mother and can't wait for her to die and such like. Let's do a bit of that one later. That's a classic.
Yeah, if you want to link me to it, I can grab it. I don't have it in my files here.
Yeah, I think I sent it by messenger earlier.
Oh, if you did, then I'll grab it, or I might have already grabbed it.
No problem. Carry on.
Yes.
I know it all. I know everything. Oh, gosh, it's just so funny. Okay, and so here's another card would be, you're writing your story. You are writing your story. So in the future, if you want to maybe understand that, you're writing your own story. You are holding the pen.
Yeah.
Now some of these cards have a script.
You are writing your own story, but you can't change the story that you've written. It's already written. So you can't rewrite things that are already written. I don't think he understands that that's, the nature of time. But
yeah, this whole linear concept of it is something that he rejects quite a lot.
So on the description on the back, you are the author of your life. What kind of stories are you telling? What do you want your story to be? It's all up to you. Now, we haven't filled out all of the descriptions yet.
Their stream is a little choppy, by the way.
That'll come.
Yeah.
But, the deck is there for those who have the password. Also, we have people want typical divination deck theme. So the 1-card draw, your past is hallucination. I don't know if you know this, but the past does not exist. Everyone hallucinates their reality. It can be no other way. So your past never happened.
It is another way. So, did you hear? I don't know if you heard what he said, but the past is a hallucination. It never happened.
No, that's convenient when your past is ugly.
Yeah. It did happen. And it looks like it's repeating itself.
It's impossible for it to
once again
happen.
Hopefully for the last time.
It's just a hallucination.
Yeah.
Also, be careful when using these concepts against people who are not very kind, because they could use that card against you and hurt you and say that didn't happen. If you're hurt by something, then tell that person.
He literally thinks that you can just tell people that things didn't happen and that it's somehow like an argument, like, oh, that's a trump card. It didn't happen. Yeah, there's a dead body there, but I didn't kill her. She's just laying there. That's not how it fucking works, okay?
You're demanding internal logic. Remember the Men in Black paradox? that the Men in Black showed up, he told us about it, and then he told us that they erased his memory of their presence. So Patrick wants the Men in Black flasher to just, okay, I was really nice in my past and I didn't do all of those terrible things that I told you about on video.
Well, I want to know, if it didn't happen, why is there video of it happening? So, I mean, are those videos holographic projections as well? Of course, you know this moron would say they are. So, he also has some nice things to say about females, probably referring to Merrick's female family members, as well as just females in general, around 46 minutes.
Should we give an example of maybe what it could mean?
Well, let's do this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so let's do open, her, not, boy, girl. This is an interesting one because
This is.
so what?
Gonna get in some real MGTOW shit here in a second.
What does that mean?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, we would be okay. Let's say we were giving.
So.
Come on, genius.
Yeah.
It's your
Let's go.
Okay. I'd say. Not. So. Boy. Your boy. I'm boy. And then not
boy.
open to her girl. If that's what's going on.
And by the way, this is somehow supposed to be some kind of spiritual cipher. So if you go to their website, and I don't know if you pay or whatever the fuck, you too can have this brilliant spiritual technology. Look at this. This is just fucking state of the art. Open her, not boy, girl. Damn, if you can't look at that and get some kind of meaning out of it, then you just must not have a soul.
Absolutely. These morons.
Well, Merrick's not stupid, but Patrick sure as fuck is. Merrick's just, unfortunately, not equipped to handle the world.
Let's say as an example.
Merrick is dealing with some issues regarding female manipulation. He's kind of coming to terms with the fact of that.
Yeah.
That it's sad to say, but this only deals with gay men, particularly. This is the thing that gay men have to deal with. Feminists are manipulating gay men.
Yeah.
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 Only feminists.
You know, feminists are manipulating gay men. It's interesting because this is like the same argument he used on Patrick Butterfield to get him to stop talking to his mother. And it's also interesting that he's taking this anti-feminine argument now when he notoriously was going on about how Vitaly was transgender right before he disappeared. You remember all that? And he was plying him with information about how it's okay to be a female. So it's just really strange that all of a sudden his tune is changing to accommodate whichever person he's talking to at the time.
Yeah, if you're Merrick's sister and you want to have a chat and see what we can do to help him, reach out.
Anybody who knows Merrick, who wants him to get out of this situation, it's not going to go well for him. It's like, we're not trying to make light of it.
It's not women, but feminists are trying to eliminate gay men from the planet.
They're taking male spaces now too.
Taking male spaces.
I feel really, really threatened by the nasty feminists taking my white male privilege away.
Yeah, you should. They're coming for you.
Yeah.
We got to stop those feet. Us gay men and straight misogynists need to align.
Make Tao.
Fucking psycho.
We have to deal with feminists. That's all. Feminism does not serve gay men one iota. So if you're...
How do any women listen to him? Like, how is Amy Shaw still a fan of his? Like, he's in the majority of his audience are women. It's not men. So it's just strange. What a weird business approach.
A lot of ladies with deep compassion, but the wounded puppy syndrome. He just needs to be mothered and he'll be better. No, sorry, too late. It's been tried many times. Doesn't end well.
No.
a gay man and you're a feminist, you may as well just be slicing your head completely off as for as much good as that's what. And you cut your dick off too.
Yeah.
Because feminists think men are gay because they just hate women.
No, they do not. I'm pretty sure that's not a feminist belief. So yeah, if you're a gay feminist, just go cut your dick off. I'm pretty sure that's like 80% of all gays on the face of the fucking planet. It's like he's a very small minority of people, but anyway, so all you ladies out there who support Patrick John Coleman, just know what he thinks of you, okay? And there's there's something else he has to say about ladies. Where's that at? Clark.
I actually admit I didn't have the heart to scrub this whole hour-long thing.
Oh yeah, I didn't
Because-
like it either. It was disturbing.
It's actually a painful thing to do, so believe me, I get no pleasure from messing with Patrick in this context.
I'll get pleasure when he's suffering again, which is what he deserves.
The vodka demons, I suspect they're coming for him.
All right, let's let he has some final words for any ladies.
So very repeatedly ridicules seating hostess for seating parties of 2, 3, and 4 before her, has a party of 14, no reservation. Okay, so anyway, so a woman with this kind of haircut flagged a picture of a gay man who was shirtless, and she said,
Everyone knows women have always been the primary persecutors of gay men.
I find this picture
Totally.
distasteful.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's
You're allowed to
weird.
be shirtless.
I'm allowed to be shirtless on my own fucking Facebook.
Yeah.
So that's just interesting.
Many men are. Every
That's just-
man I know.
Every man I
Well,
know.
Mostly.
Every man I know.
Well,
So while we
yeah,
check-
fair enough, but she was actually just commenting on the fact that you look like the last turkey in the shop.
Yeah, but Patrick thinks he's beautiful for some reason, so that wart is beautiful, I'll tell you that much. Hopefully it gets bigger over the next year. I wish it would pop during one of his live streams and an alien would crawl out. That would be cool.
to sort out the mysteries of what white women want. We don't know,
Yeah.
but why should it even matter to us? But they want us
Yeah.
to. Like when I said I only want to work with gay men, women got really upset.
Yeah, they all wanted to work with you.
I don't really want to work with anybody other than gay men. So if you are straight and you are a woman,
You know why that is, right? There's a visibility of gay men.
Captive pool with authority involved. Yeah.
Because the only reason he's doing this is to find people he can sexually manipulate, so of course he only wants to work with gay men.
Yeah. You know what happens if I say I only want to work with heterosexual women?
Slapped with a lawsuit.
Yeah, faster than you would even believe. For the reasons that we're discussing, this is not appropriate, Patrick. However, on the scale of your transgressions, this is way down there.
Well, ladies, if you have worked with Patrick, he's got something to say for you before he wraps up here
and I'm working with
with
you,
Merrick, and then we'll show some more nasty shit from
choosing to
Patrick.
work with you because I really don't have to. I'd much rather work with only gay men because it's just a
hold on.
mystery. Or before her has a party of 14, 4 to 5 hours of time on a white woman.
Yeah, more energy.
More energy,
Yep.
and that's just the facts. I don't care. I got all.
Okay, I'm not gonna play it, but what he said was, "You're lucky if he worked with you, you stupid bitches, because women are stupid and gross." That's what he said.
Yeah, that's pretty much. And to translate it, it means someone who is a straight woman has stood up to Patrick. Therefore, he has to attack the collective at this time. But over the next week, he will focus down to specifics, stopping only short of doxing.
Well, it's also because he hates his mother, and so all women represent his mother, you know? So that's what it's all about, too. But, Doc, I have to urinate. Can you want me to play a video while I go do that?
Yeah, cue one up.
How about, let's see.
Oh, the wisdom of Patrick John Coleman is nice and short.
Here we go.
Now, bear in mind, Patrick is treating his current partner in a way that's synonymous or very similar to interrogation. And in the past, people with symptoms of florid psychosis have come through his life and never found treatment. And this is Patrick's honest opinion on the subject.
All right, so this is 13 seconds, so I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to go pee, and you can discuss it. I'll be right back.
Never, ever, 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 ever tell a therapist that you are having suicidal thoughts.
Yeah. So, in light of Merrick being on the scene, this is a particularly dark commentary. Patrick, who has, by his own admission, been in psychiatric care and probably still is for an extended period, consistently denies the reality of mental illness. And he can hold whatever opinion he wants, but on occasions like this, when he is actively saying to people with severe trauma, do not seek help and distrust the medical environment, there's potentially great harm there. And I hope that Merrick, if he does have issues in this area, chooses to ignore what Patrick is on record as saying. Any comments in the live chat about Patrick? Any questions that you'd like to pose to Michael or myself? Please feel free.
That was the one where he tells people to never tell a psychiatrist if you're feeling suicidal, right?
Yeah, I just
so if Vitaly had told a doctor that he was feeling suicidal, he might actually still be alive, but instead he actually called Patrick right before he killed himself. And that worked out really good for him. So Patrick doesn't want you to tell a doctor when you're feeling suicidal. Just call him, and he'll tell you to just fucking do it.
Could we segue that, which, you know, you just summarized beautifully everything that I was thinking about, with the channeling Vitaly?
Yeah, I got that
video.
one here. Let me find it here.
So Patrick
I am Vitaly, and I have a message for you.
Immediately after Vitaly's body was found.
Within hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna move
Let's give him the 30-second challenge, right?
All right. Even though this is fucking disgusting and outrageous.
Hello, this is Vitaly. Hi. Okay, I gotta explain some things to you. I have to explain some things to you. I should never have left Patrick.
Should have never went with him.
Patrick loved me so hard.
No, Patrick beat you so hard.
This looks like true love right here. When your dead body's found rotting in a month after you shoot yourself under a bush in the middle of nowhere, and your fucking boyfriend puts on a wig and channels you to exploit it to defend himself, to make himself look good, that's true love right there, guys. And it's something every decent human being would do.
Mm-hmm.
He did not make the 30 seconds, by the way.
Yeah, I was holding back there too. Let's try again. Let's
try again.
Let's step him through at 30 seconds.
Let's try and give him 30-second intervals.
We carried each other. I was transgendered. Patrick loved me. Patrick is full of compassion and love. And you know he's a spirit channel. You know he's a spirit channel. So I'm able to come through him. I'm able to come through him to talk to you.
I want to put a cigarette out in his fucking eye. Like, I mean, this is a...
Patrick's just going, me. It's all about me. Everything is about me.
I'm trying very desperately not to encourage violence, but hopefully everyone can read my mind.
Very upset over his bullies and haters. And I have done magical things to protect.
By the way, everyone, another thing he did within the same 24-hour period was do a live call with Will where he fused souls with Vitaly. I think that was a few hours before this. And Vitaly let everyone know that one of the reasons that he killed himself was to help Will get more pussy. So that's one of the things this loving boyfriend said about Vitaly in the hours after his body was found. So loving, so nice, and don't forget he attacked his family, called them murderers, I mean all kinds of horrible things. And he even ended up attacking Vitaly again. So all of this stuff he's saying now about how great of a soul Vitaly was and all of this, like literally 2 months later he was calling Vitaly a devil worshipper, saying he was a user, a drug addict. So this is all bullshit. He'll kill you. Not literally, but he'll get you to kill yourself, then he'll attack everyone who actually loved you while pretending he was the only one who loved you, and then, once he's sure he's gotten away with it, then he'll trash your character when you can't say shit to defend yourself because you're dead, because he told you to kill yourself. So there you go. What a nice, loving guy. He's a fucking angel.
Yeah, but doesn't he look splendid? He just looks lush with the nicotine mustache and stinking old toupee. It's beautiful. And by the way, Vitaly was, on his worst day, was 100 times better looking than Patrick has ever been.
I don't even know what this is supposed to look like. Vitaly looked nothing like this. What is this?
He's channeling John Bon Jovi or
Straight up
Crew.
disrespectful. Like, let me snatch an ugly ass wig out of the closet and channel my dead boyfriend to say he. Oh God, it makes my skin crawl.
30 seconds. Yeah.
Here we go.
But just remember, when we were seeing this for the first time, I was sending you these links from time to time and going, I cannot believe what he's doing. I just can't believe it.
Well, I mean, remember, the thing with Patrick is, no matter, you can go like, this can't get any worse. This is as disgusting as it gets. And then the next day, he's like, well, take a look at this, bitch! And you're just like, wow, like, you continuously sink lower. How could it, you should be at the center of the earth by now. Like,
I can't wait for my mother to die so that I can kick over her casket at her funeral and kick her in the face.
nice.
Where do you go with that? That's a direct quote.
You don't have to exaggerate or caricature him, or, like, he's just outrageous.
Protect him. So, we're going to have a little chat. Ready? We're going to have a little chat. Patrick is a spirit channel.
Brown-fingered scumbag piece of shit.
I wish that he would get sepsis from his dirty fingernails and it would just somehow take him out. Anything. I just pray for a terrible end for him. So, or a meteor maybe could take him out if God's feeling up for it.
Or maybe we should introduce him to Mr. Morgellons and hope he gets Morgellons disease.
That would be cool.
Watch himself pick himself apart like the fly.
Maybe Nayland has Morgellons.
That's it. Nayland does. He does. He's got the thing.
Dude, I heard Nayland got a job at Burger King. You know, if you go to Burger King, Nayland may very well spit in your fucking food. So if I was that Burger King manager, I would love to know about Nayland's online exploits.
Yeah, by the way, as soon as the drone gets back with the location, I'm heading over to Burger King. I'm going to hang out with those bitches.
Oh my god, that would blow their minds if we rolled through the drive-thru at Burger King. Travis is working the fryer.
I'm going there for breakfast, lunch, dinner, afternoon coffee. I'm just going to go, hey, yeah.
Dude, imagine you're going through the drive-thru and Nayland starts talking about steak when you're taking the order.
And flashing his chest over my fries with his scabs dropping off on my Happy Meal.
Would you like a mark of the Lord with your Happy Meal? Your children will get into the underground for free when the ice falls. That'll be $9.98.
That's exactly how he would do it. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll scratch his scabs off into your chicken nuggets, everybody. And Travis will cry into the fryer. So you're
Travis looks like to me like the funnel cake guy at the carnival. You know, just standing there fucking. It's been doing the same thing for 25 years. Semi-literate moron.
They're gonna go crazy and shoot up that Burger King. I would watch out, Burger King.
Yeah.
I hear the fries at that Burger King are extra salty. So
Travis's tears.
Yeah. Flavored with the tears of a faggot. I'm allowed to say that, YouTube.
Yeah, fuck you, YouTube. More Patrick.
Yeah.
And he has lots of supporters and lots of friends.
No, he doesn't.
But he has to grieve my death. He has to grieve me.
What a grieving process. Mocking the fucking... Oh.
You know what? I've because my parents are older and we talk about such things, we've talked about how things would happen and what we would do and feel like. And it's quite a healthy thing to do, I think. What I haven't said to my mother is, yeah, when you pass away, Mum, after a long, happy life, you'll be mourned by your family. I'm going to put on your summer frock, get a wig, and fanny about all over the internet. And
this is Norman Bates shit going on here.
To be frank, my mother would be quite happy. You'd be like, oh, if you want to, dear, that would be fine. But it wouldn't be considered respectful in my culture to behave like a jackass.
In shaman culture, though, anything goes.
Yeah.
So, including apparently like fisting and bareback sex with total strangers and shit, as Patrick has regaled us with stories about on occasion.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! Oh yeah, I have those too. I've got a special file for those.
We got to re-upload the fisting videos.
Should we re-upload for Merrick the PSA about the communicable diseases?
I think that might still be up somewhere. I'm sure Merrick. I'm not going to suggest that Patrick didn't tell him that he's a carrier of shamanitis or HIV, but hopefully Merrick knows, because I wouldn't put it past Patrick.
Yeah. Have the scabies lesions cleared up yet, Patrick?
I doubt it.
Because he loved me so much. I should never have left.
He loved you so much that he called you right before he killed himself and said, "Hey Patrick, I think I'm going to kill myself." And you said, "Fuck off and die!" And that's how much you loved him, and that's how much he loved you. Alright,
Yeah.
Just to be clear, that's a documented historical fact, and you can't alter history on that one, bitch.
Yeah, Mandela your way out of that one, please.
Yep. Have the video, and in fact, I'll show
I
it.
should never have left. I should have
Again.
stayed by his side.
So now it's Vitali's fault that he killed himself, because he should have stayed with Patrick. It's not Patrick's fault for telling him to fuck off and die. So, it's Vitali's fault.
Yeah.
So, there we have it.
Okay.
There we have it.
Yeah. Come on, you jackass. Look at that finger. Look at that.
Don't put it near your eye. You'll get pink eye, bitch.
Can you zoom in on that?
Can I? Did it zoom in?
Ooh.
That's
Oh
cool.
my god. So also, I mean, for any diagnosticians out there, and I'm not a specialist by any means in this area, but answers in the chat were comments. What well-known conditions result in club fingers?
I haven't heard that before.
Answers in the chat reference to the shape of Patrick's extended fingers there.
Those are scary. They look like hammers on the end. Like he could hammer a nail with those fingers.
Answers in the chat, please. There will be a small time cube prize for any correct answers.
If he hammers it wrong with his finger, he could take his gross teeth and just yank it right out of the wall.
There's also a no prize for what causes disgusting brown stains like this douchebag. There are several correct answers.
Yeah.
Please bring them to the chat.
No prize except, you can rip on Patrick.
Yeah, that's always good. And let's play Spot the Dildo while we're here.
I don't think he spins around in this one, so the dildos are probably either up his ass or just slightly to the left of the camera.
So I think Spot the Dildo is Periscope territory, because he was really sort of letting it all hang out there.
Well, we have more of those Periscope videos coming from our friend Lord Jesus Christ coming in the next few days, so you can all look forward to seeing all of those moments Patrick tried to hide from us coming soon.
Happy where I am now. I'm happy where I am now. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yeah, he's happy. He killed himself, found under a bush, and Vitali's now happy, even though he should have stayed with Patrick. Just straight up contradicting himself here.
Yeah, maybe he's talking about supernatural bullshit, but I'm sure the boy wasn't happy when he topped himself all alone in the dark.
Nor was he happy when he called you and told you he was going to do it, and you told him to fuck off and die, for which you should always feel complete and utter guilt, you sick piece of filth.
Yep, this poor damaged child who never got any help with you, dirty scumbag, died alone. Spent some time in
under a bush, apparently.
Yeah, and the details are just horrific. And now he's cremated, and I hope he's at rest. But
he'll never be at rest as long as this fucking filth is walking the earth.
Patrick, learn from the past, brother.
He's not going to do that. He's going to have to be destroyed by it.
At least learn to be a more competent abuser. If you're going to destroy someone's psyche, don't post it on YouTube, jackass.
He can't help himself. He's a fucking exhibitionist. Remember, he started his career online jerking off on webcams. He's got to show off. He's got to show off his fucking what he does. He can't help himself.
And being on stage is fine, and I'm sure Patrick's quite good at it. So get on stage, don't do this.
Well, let's continue here, and then I'll see what other nasty dirt we have on this fucking filth bag.
I'm happy. I'm happy. Finally. Do you know, when I came out as transgender, do you know what my family did to me? They threw
Here's
me in a
another
mental hospital. Hello, my name is Patrick John
This
Coleman.
one is, Vitali is multi-dimensional. This also made within that same, I think it was probably a 48-hour time frame. Because remember, there were like 20 frenzied videos like this, one after another. He just like drunk and high out of his mind talking about Vitali and his family. This was one of those.
Yeah, I mean, methamphetamine was almost certainly part of the picture at this time, and I'm speculating on that.
That's what he was giving Vitali. So
Shaman in Chicago.
they had some tweaked out videos right around the end there. We don't have all of those, and I don't even think some of those I would show because Vitali was really fucking high. But yeah, Vitali wasn't like getting. Who do you think was supplying? Who was more likely to be the supplier in that scenario?
Yeah, I can only speculate, but yeah, carry on.
Illinois. Vitali keeps contacting me. Will, can you talk up a little bit about what Vitali said to you?
Oh, he contacted Will too.
Should I talk about what specifically?
Yeah, Will's the schizophrenic, straight guy, or autistic spectrum.
Patrick was going to marry him.
Yeah, until Will's family said, not a fucking chance.
Yeah. Another. Patrick likes to go for the sexually confused schizophrenics. America, from what they have said on Patrick's channel, was also like not exactly gay when they first met. So you can see he has a type.
He said to watch over me.
Yeah, he's watching over you. He's helping you out.
By the way, what do you think's going on in this video? The bobbly head, the licking of the lips, like the eyes, like what the fuck is that?
That's cottonmouth, isn't it?
Yeah, and what could be causing it? I just have a feeling his thoughts are moving at a very fast but confusing speed. You know what I'm saying? Just the impression I'm getting.
Do you think the shadow people are closing in on him there? Maybe? Just a little?
And you know what? I bet he hasn't slept in a few days. I just also get that impression, don't you?
Yeah, and who knows, maybe that's the whole thing, because if I stay up and have to be busy for 36 hours, I'm pretty much a basket case, but not nearly as much as Patrick is all the time.
Well, let's say you did stay up for 36 hours, would you then think it was a good idea to go put your face online rambling about like how your dead boyfriend is like killed himself so he could do magical things for you from the other side?
Yeah, I would definitely dress up like a dead female relative and ponce around on the internet, defaming their memory. I do that all the time.
Alright, I'm downloading the video you just sent me. Let's let him continue here. I'm sure they'll say some real nasty stuff.
Oh, jeez.
He says I'm multi-dimensional, bitch. Multi-dimensional.
He's multi-dimensional. He can do so much more for us now.
Yeah,
Patrick, by the way, you are multi-dimensional. You have length, breadth, and a height, and you also exist in the dimension of time. So, congratulations, fucking Sherlock.
Well, no, he means Vitali is multi-dimensional, like now he has magical superpowers, and that killing himself somehow gave him almost godlike powers, which he will use solely to improve Patrick's life. That's why he did it. Vitali killed himself so Patrick could meet MERRICK! I wonder if that's what Patrick's thinking here. Probably.
Yeah, it'll just be, timeline, bullshit.
Mm.
He's gonna drown you in pussy. That's what he told me. He's gonna drown you in pussy.
Yeah, okay, that's what Vitali told. He told Patrick that I killed myself so that I could drown your friend Will in pussy. By the way, my body was just found 3 days ago. Nice. Yeah. Fucking nice.
Yeah. In parts, in the woods. Yeah, not nice.
It was eaten by animals because it was rotting. It's fucking disgusting. This son of a bitch just goes online and now he's doing it all over again. He thinks
Yeah, well, we're gonna spin our tires in just the dark shit that is this guy. So, what I suggest, let's play the video again and move down the track.
Yeah, why not?
He's gonna get me laid. He's gonna get me tons of. Because he can do so much. He can do things. He can make things happen. He can make people.
He was going to have a baby with Will, too, by the way, everyone. He had a clairvoyant vision about that. It was a little girl. Totally panned out, too.
You know, these are exactly the kind of stories that are told in madrasas, preparing people to be shahid, to end their life for Jesus, or, you know, whatever imaginary friend you have. The classic being that when you pass away, you can intervene and help the lives of the people who love you on this plane. So, I mean, this stuff is not original, and characteristically very manipulative.
Well, even if it was true, let's say Vitali did die and go to the other side. Is the first person he's going to want to help, is it going to be the guy who told him to go kill himself when he called and begged for help? Is that going to be the guy he wants to help? I don't think it would be if I was in that situation and there was a magical, mysterious afterlife. In fact, I would spend my afterlife torturing and haunting and trying to destroy Patrick if I was Vitali and had magical afterlife powers.
And I hope that Vitali is in a much better space if there is a magical haunted afterlife. And I hope, and I really believe that if there is, he'll have nothing to do with Patrick in this life or any of those to follow.
You know what? Anywhere's got to be better than living in that fucking apartment with Patrick John Coleman, right?
Yeah, with the fucking rats running around.
Yeah. So.
Make people wire Patrick money, etc.
Yeah, Vitali also died so he could get people to wire Patrick money. That was another reason.
Yeah, Patrick's magical powers never seem to go far enough as to say, you know, earn him a salary.
Fucking sadistic turd. Here he is talking about what he wants to do to his mother. Oh, god damn it, why does VLC keep crashing? Magic Dan, you son of a bitch!
I'm just sending you a few nuggets.
My name is Patrick
Hey, hold on, let me... VLC. There we go.
John Coleman, and my narcissistic mother just called me and told me to shut the fuck up because I was exposing her as a narcissist. This is how this works, people. Do not expose the narcissist or they will go on the attack.
Okay, so if you go online and start verbally attacking the woman who raised you and saying she's a narcissist, and she goes, "What the fuck are you doing? What's wrong with you? Will you stop?" Then that actually proves that everything you were saying about her is true, because if she's trying to cover it up, it must be true. So actually, you know...
Yeah, that's Patrick logic. And I just got asked what happened to the other half of the screen.
There is no other half of the screen.
Yeah.
Is there?
That's right. Vitali was present there.
Oh,
and
I see.
He doesn't say anything, but I found it too distressing to watch his reactions to this. So.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's the reason.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah.
They will go on the attack. They will go. You have a narcissist mother, don't you, Vitali?
Yeah, both parents.
Yeah. They will try to shut you down. And she's flat.
You know what? All of his boyfriends have narcissist mothers. Remember Patrick Butterfield's mother, Kathy Butterfield, and how Patrick was saying that she hired us to go after him? That's the thing. He'll turn you against your parents because he knows they're probably the ones that have the best chance of saving you from him. So that's the first thing he does. He turns you against your fucking parents.
Flagging all my videos on YouTube, talking about her because she is a vicious narcissist. And why she adopted me, I don't know.
Too bad. I bet she regrets adopting you as well.
I bet she regrets almost every single day of it, Patrick.
I bet she will never adopt another child after she got you. She was like, fuck this, that was a fucking mistake. She should have taken you back to the orphanage, you fucking turd.
No. So I cried on the phone with her. She didn't care. Narcissists don't have human emotions.
You don't have human emotions because I've seen you cry and there are no tears. It's just like, bleh! So he's doing that to his mom on the phone, and she knows he's full of shit because he cannot actually cry, and she's seen him fake cry, and she doesn't react to his fake crying. So that means that she doesn't have human emotions because she doesn't react to his fake non-human emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Round of applause, Patrick.
Narcissists do not have human emotions. She didn't care. I was like, Mom, why are you saying this to me? Why are you saying these horrible things to me? These horrible, horrible things to me. She said,
Because
shut
you're an
up.
evil
She said,
scumbag.
shut
You know what? She probably was trying to correct him. Like, you know, you don't see how you're coming off and what an evil piece of shit you look like and are acting like. So it's unfortunate that she didn't get through to him. Too bad for her.
Shut up. Shut your YouTube channel down. Shut your blog down. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. That's what narcissists want you to do. They want you to shut up. And I'm not gonna shut up. Fuck you, Mom. Fuck you, Mom.
This is classic.
Fuck you, Mom. I'm not gonna shut up. Because I'm a brilliant and I'm a talented individual.
No, you're not.
And if you can't see that, then you are the one that's fucked up. You are the one fucked up. And you won't call me and talk to me on the phone, but you watch my videos and you watch my Twitter and you are creepy about it. You're so fucking creepy about it. You won't talk.
Why wouldn't she watch his videos when he puts her name in the videos and talks about all these things that she never did and just fucking slanders his own mother? Why wouldn't she watch it?
I know. I mean, why could she have anything other than a delightful, compassionate relationship with this guy?
And he wants her to watch it. That's why he puts her name in the video. And then he chastises her for watching it. But, you know, that's one thing he always does. He baits you, and then he attacks you for taking the bait. So that's a pretty typical Patrick tactic.
Talk to me on the phone. You're like, okay, okay. But you'll watch my videos and comment on my video. Like, what kind of fucking weirdo are you? Fucking narcissist bitch. My mother, narcissist bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you?
By the way, Merrick, does this sound familiar to you? If you happen to be listening, have you heard any of these kinds of rants? Just curious if they're coming out yet, or if they have yet to come.
Yeah, the vodka fairies need to visit before the evil really starts to flow. But as soon as it does, the mask, because Patrick scrubbed up okay, he's done okay. But as soon as the booze starts to hit him, it will all crumble to shit in about 5 seconds.
I think that Merrick has probably seen behind the mask. I think that's why he's so confused. I think Patrick takes the mask off for a second, and then Merrick is like disturbed or whatever, and then he puts it back on as Mr. Nice Guy again. And then
remember we got into trouble because you started thinking for yourself. That was one of those moments.
Yeah, it's just disturbing too that he fucking says that. Like, you know, thinking for himself was what started these problems. Like, who fucking says that? If you're dating someone and you love them, don't you want them to think for themselves? I mean, I guess not if you're trying to absorb their soul and take it for your own.
Yep.
There's more stuff here we have.
Yeah, the challenge that we have for this show is there were about 500 episodes of Patrick behaving like a dirty scumbag. So it's tough to sift out the most compelling.
Well, here's one that's short and sweet, and it really just, Patrick doesn't want us to know about this, but we'll never forget it. It's one of those moments that'll live on forever.
I think you should go back to fucking Africa. Fuck you! 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 I'm
talking to Obama.
Fucking Africa. And you're a nigger. 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 And you're a nigger.
I think we get the point. But yeah, he's talking about Barack Obama, and he was on a live stream with everyone's favorite guru Joshua Luxor in that, who was goading him into that, by the way, hilariously.
Yeah. He just lost the plot completely on that one.
And he, of course, deleted that live stream. Unfortunately, it was captured by everybody, so...
Yeah, Shaman watch, bitch. Have we told you about that? We have people working on shifts.
Yeah, you're always being watched, Patrick. What else we got? What should I show next? Psychopaths lack empathy?
That's another one of Patrick's great dress-up things. He's wearing my grandma's church crown in this, so he does it very well. Let's see what the audience thinks.
All right, let's do that, and then after I want to play... actually, let's do this one real quick first. It's short. This is Patrick right after Vitali's death. Oh, no, it's not short. Okay, I'll show the other one first. My bad. I thought it was like 30 seconds. Crashed again. Come on. DLC. There we go.
Hello, my name is Patrick John Coleman. I'm a shaman in Chicago, Illinois. This is the Griffin hat that I found. The Griffin means divine protection.
Lovely brown finger stain.
Divine protection.
Everything he touches, he leaves a residue on as well.
Isn't that lovely? You look fantastic, Patrick. You don't look like an insane maniac.
Is this before or after Vitali killed himself when Patrick told him to do it?
Oh, this is after.
After, okay.
So...
This is around the time you found a dead bird on the sidewalk and put it on a stick and started saying it was a spirit guide?
Yeah, that's the one. The dead seagull.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm going to talk about psychopaths. Psychopaths lack empathy for other people, even for themselves.
He has a lot of empathy for Merrick right now, though. That's why whenever Merrick is confused, he attacks him, right? That's what an empathetic person would do to their boyfriend.
Oh, he's not attacking Merrick, though. He's attacking Merrick's ego, which is a dangerous thing that's trying to kill him.
I forgot. Do you think it's empathetic when Patrick tells Merrick to write "Now I am nothing" on his chest, take his shirt off, and appear on video, and then makes him cry? Do you think that's something an empathetic person would do to their boyfriend?
I'm grateful that he hasn't progressed to the cigarette burning on the chest just yet. But,
no, not yet. But that is coming if Patrick Butterfield's stories are any indication. And the scratching, too, don't forget.
Do you remember the scene in the kitchen in Fight Club with the kiss and the burning on the hand? That's pretty much where Patrick's heading with this.
Do you remember the moment in the interview with Patrick Butterfield where he said Patrick John Coleman put a butcher knife, to his chest and said, "Is this what you want? Is this what you want?"
Yeah.
Because I remember that very clearly. And I wonder if it's going to happen again.
Yeah, but he does look lovely. He's really made an effort with his church crown here. So, we've got to give him that.
Yeah, good for him. He looks fabulous.
Narcissists are also psychopaths.
That's why they share two different words. If they're the same thing, why is there two words for it?
You can be a narcissistic psychopath, however...
Yeah, like Patrick.
Yeah.
It's a Freudian thing. That's why he says narcissists are psychopaths. It's because he himself is actually both. So he just assumes that it's all the same thing because his retarded mind can't figure out that maybe it's two separate concepts, since he happens to have both of those afflictions.
So, studies have shown that 6% of people are narcissists, psychopaths.
By the way, these are the same studies that he'll throw. Studies have also shown that people like you need to be medicated, and you'll throw those studies right out the window. So
yeah. Patrick's typical source for scientific content is an offshoot of the Church of Scientology, one of the sort of creationist research institutes. He cites about 4 studies, all of which actually don't support the claim that he makes. And I've corrected him on this multiple times. He's not interested in actually being correct, just to be clear.
no, he doesn't care. The only thing he cares about is that whoever he's trying to manipulate is buying his bullshit. He doesn't care about convincing people who are too smart. He's just looking for suckers and, little kids to brainwash, basically. Because I honestly, like, I feel like Merrick and Vitaly have like the minds of adolescents.
Sure. Yeah. And that's not a judgment. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it puts you in a vulnerable position.
Well, if you're in a state of arrested development, this is not the guy that you need to help guide you through it.
Yeah. As someone who is actually older than Patrick, how long do you think I would put up with this kind of absolute bullshit? I'm going to train you to be a shaman by the sleep deprivation and the insults and the so on and so on. Yeah, about 5 seconds before I kicked his ass. But Merrick isn't going to do that.
No, I don't think Merrick will get violent with him. Although I didn't expect Vitaly to punch Patrick in the face. Who knows? Maybe that same demon still lives in that apartment. Will possess Merrick too.
Well, the apartment is haunted. Remember, I've got a slew of videos about that. But yeah, Vitaly was probably about 95 pounds soaking wet. But good on him, because he gave him a real nice black eye.
You know, it's funny to hear you say you're older than Patrick, because the dude looks about 90 years old, so...
Yeah.
It's all that baby's blood.
That's right. And great genes. And this is me with booze, but without meth, Patrick. Just, you know.
Actually, the secret is we're not from the planet Earth.
Yeah.
Shh, don't tell anyone.
This is my third incarnation, but, you know.
You read on the internet about narcissists is wrong. It's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's
all wrong.
The study he cited is right, but everything you read about, that's all wrong. So it's interesting how his mind works.
He has discernment, though, which means confirmation bias.
Yeah, I love all of these retards, no matter which belief they have, all have spiritual discernment to know the truth. Nalen's a big fan of that term, too.
Yeah, it's great. Spiritual discernment, you can sort the sugar from the shit because it's what you agree with already. And it's a very dangerous concept in terms of scientific investigation. So you control your experiments to guard against this.
Well, it's also a hilarious argument because it says, like, I'm right because I just magically know I'm right. And in fact, I magically know I'm right because I'm special and better than everyone else. So it's like, what kind of an argument is that to make if you want to actually win someone over? That's just an argument like, fuck you. That's a fuck you argument. Spiritual discernment.
Yeah, and you can translate it into whatever spiritual tradition you want. I'll translate it into Christian at the moment. I can tell which parts of the Bible are metaphorical, poetic, meant as literature and not literal, because I have a Bible that tells me I can do this and I'm special because Jesus. I mean, you can't go anywhere with that level of reasoning.
Well, the funny thing is, I could just as easily take the alternate position and say that Satan has given me the spiritual discernment that you are completely wrong about all of the Christian spiritual discernment that you displayed. So it's like, if all of your fucking weapons are the same size, you might not want to start hitting each other with them because it could go bad.
The fallback position for that argument is there are not enough people who share your delusion to make it real. Yeah.
If your delusion existed over 2,000 years, then it automatically deserves to be taken seriously.
That's right. That's right. So what we're talking about with Patrick is an example of something that is the same kind of rhetoric is laid out in defense of many logically indefensible belief systems. And again, I don't care. I would celebrate your right to believe whatever you want and practice it and be a better person. But don't lie to yourself. And, well, if you have to, that's fine, but don't lie to me. Patrick here is just spinning the psychic wheels, trying to justify whatever it is he has done or whatever it is he knows he's going to do.
And as someone who clearly is a psychopath projecting onto other people and calling anyone who is attacking him a psychopath is also like a very juvenile projection. I mean, it's very blatantly obvious what's happening here. Look at the guy. He looks like a fucking psycho.
Yeah, remember the I am rubber, you are glue argument is strong in his quiver of nutcasness.
He looks like he wears human flesh in his apartment at night when everyone else is gone.
Well, we know he does. I mean, Time Cube Platinum is a beautiful thing.
He needs to get some new one, though. That last one is starting to stink.
It's getting ratty, isn't it? Yeah, no. It's kind of sad, but he's not getting out enough these days, you know?
You know whose flesh that is? If you remember when we first came across Patrick, there was also a lady who lived in that apartment when Vitaly was there, and that's actually her skin that Patrick wears around his apartment at night now.
That's right.
And he still collects her social security checks as well.
And he has feet, you know, kind of overshoes made out of Mad-Eye Mickey's foot skin, so it's getting really grody down there.
Magic Dan doesn't even want to go back. It stinks real bad in that place.
Yeah, Patrick.
That's why Merrick's brain is not functioning properly.
Well, there's still the Jenkum lab as well. I don't know if he's got that in the new apartment.
Hopefully not. That's bad stuff. Stay off Jenkum, guys. You'll turn out like Patrick. You'll get a big sebaceous cyst right here, and then you'll just go completely insane.
On the internet.
It's not vanity. It's not anything like that. They are psychopaths. They want to murder you. They want to kill you.
Everyone's out to kill you. You know what? The psychopathic narcissists are trying to kill me! Oh, they're everywhere and they're trying to kill me! I'm not schizophrenic, they really are! Everyone's a psychopathic narcissist!
Yeah.
If it's not the psychopathic narcissist trying to literally murder you, it's your ego.
That's right.
So, always be afraid. Someone's always trying to literally murder you, and Patrick's the only one who can help you guys.
Yeah, I mean, is this guy playing secret agent in his head all the time?
I think he
is. Wandering about, checking no one's following you, peeking around corners like a paranoid douchebag. I'm so special, they're all out to get me. You know what? Nobody cares. Nobody's out to get you. People are watching you because you're an exhibitionist fuckwad. And you're probably out, you know, healing children in strollers. Word of advice, don't do that. Don't ever do that again.
He said he touched a baby on the street. There was this woman in a carriage, and he, like, blessed the baby by kissing it on the head. I'm like, no mother in her right mind is letting this fucking freak kiss her baby on the head on the street to give it a shamanic blessing. Did not happen. You're fucking full of shit. If he came near my baby, I would fucking mace him. I would, like, kill him.
Yeah, he wouldn't get within 25 yards. I actually imagined Patrick showing up at my family gathering with the introduction of the new baby and wondered what would happen. And there's me, my dad, my brother, my nephew. There's like 900 pounds of guy that would just be all over him in about 5 seconds. Stay away, Patrick John Coleman, you are not welcome here.
Just got a message that MERRICK Jacobson might not actually be his last name, so if everybody out there would like to begin searching for his actual last name so we could contact his family and friends and let them know what is most likely going to happen, that would be great, because I really think that his life might be in danger. Not trying to fucking exaggerate at all.
And you know what, people? I hope and pray that we're totally wrong, and if that's the case, then we're trying to do a good thing, and that isn't fully justified. So I apologize in advance, but I'm going to take the risk because we've seen how this ends. And maybe things could have been different, but I'm not going to risk it this time. So I think this kid is in danger. And if I can, I want to reach out to his family just to say, are you aware of what's going on?
They need to be if they're not, and I'm going to make sure that they become aware. So.
Yeah, and if they say, fuck off, it's none of your business, I completely respect that.
Yeah, so be it. But you know what? At least we reached out. Alright, well, should we continue with this, or you want to watch another Patrick video? What do you want to do?
Let's switch from this to another, because he doesn't really go very far in this. It's just the same psychopaths, narcissists, blah, blah, blah.
And by the way, after Doc and I wrap this show up, I'm going to stream the 42-minute long interview that Ron and myself did with Patrick and Vitaly that I was talking about earlier, where Patrick says a bunch of horrible shit. I'll stream that after Doc and I are done here, so that'll be at the end of this stream if anyone wants to stick around for that.
Yeah, and I guess we're getting on for 2 hours, so let's make the next video the tailpiece for this, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have Patrick John Coleman discusses Vitaly's parents. We have him shortly after Vitaly's death. We also have what else do we have? I'm a Shaman, bitch. I think watch that one. Why certain people see demons in me. This was from the Patrick Butterfield era, if I think correct.
Oh yeah, let's go way back, because this must be at least 5 years old.
Yeah, and he's probably acting more like this now than he was during the majority of the videos we watched on this stream. So yeah,
this was the methamphetamine time rather than the booze. and this was the Yosemite Sam's retarded cousin look rather than the Mexican wrestler.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and let's listen to what he had to say. What is this you said about 5 years ago?
Yeah, I think so.
So, my name is Patrick John Coleman. I am a shaman in Chicago, Illinois. Today I'd like to talk about something weird. I'm a little sunburned. I was at the Gay Pride Fest in Chicago all day today, dancing and having fun. And I came home to do spirit work, because that's what I do. And spirit work is something that people do in many cultures. It's not weird, it's just something that we do. Right now...
Okay.
What's that?
No, I'm just saying, yeah, sure. Right, I had to come home alone from Gay Pride to burn some shit in a pot, because that's what people do.
And make YouTube videos about why people see demons in him. Why might people see demons in him?
Yeah, you know what happened up at Pride, right? He's making a pass at some guy and gets punched in the face.
Well, he was probably at Pride looking for staggeringly drunk, confused people to bring back to his apartment and do whatever he wants with, which I guess it didn't work out if he's making his... Or they could be passed out on the couch, roofied, who knows?
Yeah, well, remember at this stage, he was still quite active because he hadn't finished the skin suit at that point.
Oh, yeah, this was before that lady died and he turned her skin into a suit. So he had the prototype, but it was all animal skins that he found on the side of the road.
That's why he got busted trespassing, because he was in there trying to get groundhogs and squirrels and such for the primer suit.
Yeah, if you guys go look at his arrest records, he was legitimately arrested for trying to get groundhog skins to create a coat out of. So go look that up. It's a fact.
To my ancestors by sending something to the spirit world. This is how we do it. Okay, so I'd like to talk about why people see demons in me. Certain people see demons.
You're possessed!
It's really strange. Like, I'll get messages like, I see a demon in you. And I'm like, okay.
There was a time when I used the catch-all phrase, oh, good screen cap. Why do people call me toxic ass wipe? Says toxic ass wipe. He's such an ingenue. It's like, I've never done anything wrong. Nothing. Everything is lovely. Yeah, evil scumbag.
Well, don't forget, everything you see in him is actually something that's in yourself that you're not addressing. So if you see a sick, twisted piece of shit predator on the screen when you look at Patrick, because he has admitted to it and told us that he... Never mind, you all know what he is. If that's what you see, that's because you are just as bad as Patrick. And if you look at Charles Manson and you see a psychopath who needed to be locked up because he was going to cause more innocent people to die, then that's because you are a psychopath who was going to have... I mean, everything you see, it's a reflection of you. You know, if you don't like Hitler, that's because you're going to start the Holocaust. Totally works with every scenario.
He once went into wounded queen simpering mode with me. Who are you to judge me and my behavior, and you, and you're not? And I'm like, no, Patrick, I'm a fucking 10 times better man than you could even dream of being without even trying. So who am I to judge you? I'm the guy that's better than you.
Well, you're just the guy that says, well, I'm judging you because you said you had magic powers, and so why don't you show the fucking magic powers? And instead,
there's that,
is that he has the power to destroy people's lives. That's the power he showed us.
Yeah, so, you know, if he said that and settled with it, I'd be like, job done. You can do that. I don't think it's magical, but the evidence is out there. Thanks very much. You're still an evil scumbag.
Do you think he's going to say that the reason people see demons in him is because they, in fact, have demons in themselves?
That could always happen.
I think that's where we're going with this. Let's find out.
Oh, I know who I am. I know I'm a good guy. I know I'm a lot of fun to be around. I've got red hair and a red beard right now because I dyed it. So why do some people see demons?
I still sense significantly less evil in him back at 5 years ago than I do now. Now he's just like, his face is... I mean, he looked terrible back then, but, you know, I don't get the same deep sense of malicious nastiness.
No, it took a few years of degenerate behavior, specifically massive substance abuse and, you know, psychological issues, to really bring it to the surface. At the moment, this is interesting because we're just seeing the ripples. I think he genuinely questions why people respond to him like he's a toxic jackass.
Yeah, this was when he was genuinely questioning. Now he doesn't care. Now he knows he's a toxic jackass. So.
Demons in me. Well, it's because I'm formless. I'm a reflective personality, and I have X-ray vision.
So
There it
if you
is.
see a demon in me, that see, to a toxic person, a dysfunctional person, a
Yeah.
narcissistic person. In
Oh,
me,
he
they
admitted
see-
here that he's a narcissistic person.
No, well, that's everybody else.
Oh, okay, I misunderstood. I need to pay better attention.
Yeah. By the way, I am a toxic, narcissistic person.
Me too, completely. Hell, I may even be a sociopath. I'm not even sure. But at least I'm not Patrick John Coleman.
Every day I wake up and I give thanks for that.
Yeah, me too. In fact, I pray at night that when I wake up tomorrow, I won't be Patrick John Coleman. And it's worked every time. God is real!
God is real.
I am the God! As that people might say.
That's beautiful. We just proved God is real. Thanks, Patrick. Oh, that's it. I'm changing my whole shtick. That's it.
Google it if you don't understand, Patrick. Google it.
everything that they hate about themselves. They see demons in me when there's actually demons in them.
I called it!
It's kind of cool. It's kind of awesome. It's kind of scary. I have a tough job as a shaman in America.
No, Patrick, people hate you because you're a dishonest, delusional scumbag and you're a manipulative predator. You don't need to make it more complex than that.
And I also wouldn't call being a shaman a job. It's more like a hobby. Because he's never made enough money to support himself since he's always been funded by charities and welfare.
Yeah,
So,
it's
not a
more
job.
like it's more like a charade, like theater, like a charlatan would do.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people don't even know this. So whatever you see in me is actually what's going on with you. So if you're a good person,
Oh yeah,
fairly,
I am rubber, you are glue. It's not me, it's you. Fuck you, Patrick.
Is this the origin of the famous mirror argument that has become the crux of all of his defenses?
The mirror effect, yeah.
Yeah, this is where it all began. Who knew we would go back in time and see the start of that brilliant defense?
you know, put
But
together.
for the small cost of $500 for your first 2 months, you can not only go back in time, but forward in time with Time Cube Platinum.
Right, but if you don't want Time Cube, but instead you want to become a shaman, if you let Patrick suck you off, he'll teach you how to be a shaman, okay, guys? But men only! No ladies! And also, if you're a gay feminist, he's not interested. Just cut your dicks off.
Yeah,
He's
make sure
an
that...
empathetic person, though, everyone.
Yeah, if you're a young gay guy and you have a diagnosable mental condition, drop on by. It'll be a great time.
He would love to see you. Alright?
See me as fairly put together. I mean, I am fairly put together.
People see him as put together?
Every American has stuff to go through. You don't get out of this life without having some stuff to go through, because if you don't have anything to go through, guess what? You're dead.
If only he knew all of the things he had yet to go through when he first made this video 5 years ago. And he's not done going through them. There's a lot more things you still have to go through, Patrick. We're not done.
Yeah. Court-appointed psychiatric evaluation, incarceration,
just wait.
lawyers, and more hospital, and getting shanked in the shower.
Look forward to this. No longer having any freedom or rights as a citizen because you'll be locked up. Look forward to that, buddy. Because, you know what? If you think we can't do it, we've done it before. Alright? To you! We've had you locked up before for your deranged, crazy-ass videos. So,
Yeah, I'm getting a psychic vibe that the chakras are telling me something. You know, also, Patrick, you should probably prepare for being punched in the face by Merrick's dad.
yeah, that's coming, buddy.
Just saying that may be something you should put down in your diary and find a dentist. He's a big guy. And I really don't think he's very pleased right now.
I'm having a clairvoyant vision of Patrick with no teeth. Because they're all knocked out of his head.
Yeah, Merrick's dad, be careful because he does have multiple communicable diseases. Just
Yes, please wear gloves. Alright, so do you want to wrap this up, and then I'll go ahead and play that interview, and then I guess that'll be it.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I use that word carefully because it's also totally exhausting to talk about the scumbag.
Yes.
We inject comedy where I inject comedy, or try to, when I feel uncomfortable. And with him, there's a darkness there that I am fascinated to watch. But for anybody watching this, do be careful, because this guy is truly a dangerous lunatic.
Yeah, who knows what, I mean, he he has no problem with the fact that the last person whose head he messed around with killed himself, and he has even admitted to telling him to do it on video. So he doesn't have any problem with the way that turned out. He's doing it again. If that doesn't tell you he's fucking dangerous, I mean, he's already got one dead body on his fucking scorecard, and he doesn't care. He's being reckless right now. Doesn't care if it happens again. That's fucking dangerous.
Yeah, and what infuriates me, Michael, I agree with you completely. What infuriates me is his taunting his audience.
Yeah.
Saying, look at this guy, he's letting me torture him.
He's showing us his power. He's a fucking exhibitionist psychopath. That's what he's always been. That's what he'll always be if he's allowed to.
So people do take care. Certainly don't trust this guy with your details or anything like that. And even take care watching too much of his stuff, because it can really drag you into a dark place.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining, Doc.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. So I'll sign off now. Everybody watch the stream of the Patrick John Coleman interviews.
Yeah.
And we'll talk again soon.
Talk to you soon. All right, yeah, guys, stick around for the next 45 minutes or so. There's going to be a little bit of a stream, and then I'm doing a replay of this tonight, as well as playing a bunch of Patrick videos from the past. They won't want you to see. That's going to be a long stream, but it is going to be a replay. I might pop on and say some things from time to time, but it's not really going to be your typical live stream, because I don't want to do two shows today. But I will replay this on the Omni channel tonight, as well as some videos from the past, exploring more about Patrick and explaining the saga a little more, so everyone knows what a dangerous, vicious turd this guy is. All right. So thanks for tuning in, and away we go.
There he
Hello,
is.
hello.
Howdy.
Let me throw some better light on.
Okay, now I feel like everybody can see everybody.
Yeah. So do we have a good connection now?
I think so.
Seems all right.
All right.
Let me full screen this here. There we go.
Okay.
Sorry, guys, I got like a throat issue going on, so
That's okay.
Patrick, if you can do some throat magic on me, but not that kind.
You gotta pay for that. $20
$50 an hour. $50 an hour.
Clients.
Well, that
man.
wasn't very long though, so that's like what, 50 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50 cents. Woo!
You got a tab going.
Yeah, he's got a tap going.
I do.
Let me get my ashtray.
Damn.
Vitali, come say hello to everyone.
So we're gonna have fun tonight. We're not gonna fall asleep.
We're not going to fall asleep because I woke up at 2 o'clock. Hello, Vitali.
Hello.
What's up, Vitaly?
AKA sex slave. Are you my sex slave?
I don't know what that was, but okay. Possessed.
Okay, so, Omniscience, are you the reptilian messiah?
Yeah, and
Messiah.
yeah, I am. I just recently discovered my reptilian powers.
I know, it's pretty great when you discover them, aren't they?
Yep. I've already eaten Lord Stephen Christ's soul, so who's next?
Where are you going, Ronaldo? Come back. Don't leave.
No, I'm still here.
Okay,
Don't worry.
let's change it. He's making the mood a little lighter. Light some candles. Light some candles. Let's light some candles.
Because I looked like I had like a glowing orb above my head.
Okay, so you're fine. You're fine. Everyone's fine. Is the interview started now?
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is as much of an interview as we had last night, or if this is going to be more of a debate, because you two got so much to say to each other, but I guess...
Well, I don't have anything to say to Omni. No,
I know, I feel like I said everything I wanted to say. Just wanting to see, like, if we can keep playing Pong, sort of, and, see how we
Oh, so you wanna have like a little Twitter argument, like a little...
Not
thing.
a Twitter, no. I don't really want to have an argument. I guess my position is just I don't believe that you have any powers, and I think you probably know you don't have any powers.
Well, I don't think you understand shamanism and how shamanism works. So,
Okay.
if you would do some more research on shamanism and how shamanism works, then you would understand what powers that I have.
Is your power that you can have an insight into psychology or something?
Yeah, like I've been to the afterlife, so I was shown how this reality and how everything works.
Well, how does this reality work?
Okay, so you create your own reality. Like, you create everything that happens to you. You create, like, look around your room. I mean, you're creating your own reality as you speak. You create your own reality. You're like an avatar, and your higher self is playing the video game version of yourself. So when I was in the afterlife, I was taught so many things that it's taken years to pull that out of my head. And by me making YouTube videos, it allows me to psychologically pull that stuff out of my head, because they cram so much, the spirits cram so much information into my head. It was quite traumatic. It was, I was in jail, I was in the hospital. It was the soul transfer was a very traumatic experience. It was.
Sorry, you're cut out there, Patrick.
Okay, it was a little breaking up. I basically understood what you said. But my question is, you're kind of treating life like it's a big game, but it's really not a game. It's real life, and there are people who don't choose their own circumstances. Like, there are children that get raped and murdered before they even have any cognition of humanity whatsoever. So, I mean, are those children also choosing their own lives? Are those higher selves like, I think I should get raped and murdered as a child? It just doesn't add up. Some people, yes, have the luxury of saying that this is all a game, but the majority of people in the world don't have that luxury.
As long as you're thinking at the 3D level of reality, then of course you don't deserve it. But if you can start thinking from the soul level, then you understand that you signed up to have these experiences, because at the soul level, there is no good or bad. There is no good or bad.
That's victim blaming. That's victim blaming.
That's not victim blaming. It's spiritual truth. It's a harsh spiritual truth.
No, it's not. It's not true.
Yeah, it does kind of sound like victim blaming.
It's harsh because it's not true.
You signed up. There's no.
I mean, so Patrick, you're saying children signed up to be raped. You're saying that that's what happened. Really?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. What happened?
Why?
That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. Why would they do that?
Did people sign up to be murdered?
Yes.
I would not pay for your services if this is the kind of information.
What spiritual purpose is that? To be alive for a split second and be murdered, or be raped, or...
If they're at the soul level, if you can get into higher dimensional thinking. Okay, so like recently I broke my back. And it was very painful, and the pain is still going on. But I totally recognize that I signed up for that experience to have my back.
You didn't get raped and murdered. That's totally different.
But I've been raped. I've been raped. I've been mugged. I've been close to murder. So I understand
that you
higher dimensionally,
like signed up for those experiences.
It's just experience.
It's being transmuted through a higher dimension.
But now I explain again.
This audio's gone all crazy here for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's straightened out now, I think. Go ahead.
Yeah, repeat that.
There is no good or bad. There is no good or evil. That is a human construct. If you think at the soul level, everything that we go through as humans is just experience. It's just experience. So when you realize that there is no good or bad, it frees you from the trauma and the suffering that you have placed upon yourself.
Well, okay, this is blatantly sociopathic thinking, where you say that whatever happens to you is your own fault, that you chose this. This means that you can do things to people, whatever you want, and then you just tell them later, you signed up for this before you were born. This is like how a cult leader brainwashes people. I mean, it's not very advanced way to look at life.
How does that help the victim when you tell them, well, sorry you got raped, little Charlie, but you fucking signed up for it, buddy. That's your fault. You know, how does that make the person feel spiritually any better about their situation?
Because you are a divine being in a human body having a human experience. So there is no good, there is no bad, there is nothing to be ashamed of, there's nothing to be worried about. You simply go through experiences and grow from them, and that's how consciousness expands. And it doesn't let the rapists off the hook, it doesn't let the people who've commit crimes off the hook, because they've signed soul contracts as well. You know, abusers don't know they're abusing people. So, and narcissists don't know they're narcissists. So
You're a narcissist, Patrick. The way that you're talking right now, it just, all of it is a kind of psychology that feeds into empowering yourself above other people. You're sitting there saying that the things that other people go through are things that they signed up for, which means you're free to do and say anything you want in order to justify yourself. It's like you refuse to take responsibility for the ramifications of your own beliefs.
I don't know who you're talking to, but you are perceiving something completely different, because you are so wrapped in ego consciousness, it is ridiculous. Your ego is out of control. Your ego is out of control.
Patrick, you sell your shamanic services to people, and you're telling me my ego's out of control.
I don't sell my shamanic services to people. People contact me, and they ask for my shamanic services.
And do you charge them?
Yes, some people.
Okay, do you know what okay.
Should I work for free? Should I work for free?
What you're doing is not like valuable work. You're scamming people.
So why are you not calling it like most people praise the work that I do, and it's a handful of people that don't. Like you, full of ego consciousness, full of whatever the fuck is wrong with you. You're just a handful of people that don't like the work that I do.
You think that the majority of people, if they knew about you, would be like, yeah, Patrick's really a shaman. If the majority of people knew about you, they would be saying the same fucking things that I'm saying about you.
Well, the praise that I receive is more than the derision I receive. And the only reason I agreed to come on this interview is to tell you that you are in the minority. You are in the minority. More people appreciate the work that I do than denigrate the work that I do. There are more people that appreciate it.
I'll go.
So you're in the minority.
That's fine.
Did you do like a survey to find that out?
I don't think so. Yeah, was there a poll?
Well, I mean, I read my comments. I talk to clients every day. I make my living being a shaman. People pay me for my services. I don't know why you're so threatened by that, Michael T. I don't know why you're so threatened by that.
I'm not threatened by it.
Well, obviously you are, because you keep making videos about how dumb it is.
No. Okay, it's not that I'm threatened by it. I can't believe I have to explain this. I pick people who are fucking conspirators to make fun of based on if I think my audience will like to watch them. And that's why I picked you. It's not that I'm threatened by you. That's just the way the fucking dice tumbled. Okay? I like your hair. I like your situation. It's stuff that I can comment on. And that's why I picked you.
So who the fuck do you think you are? Special?
I'm the reptilian messiah, buddy. Okay? I'm gonna get you, Patrick.
Vitaly, say hello to the reptilian messiah.
He already did.
Oh well, he cooked me dinner tonight, so you're just jealous because I have a hot boyfriend. That's all.
My husband is attractive, and I'm pretty happily married. But yes, Vitaly's hot, and you know what? If I was single, I would be a lot more jealous. So there you go. Hi again. Why don't you want Vitaly to talk about his starseed powers?
Vitaly, do you want to talk about your starseed powers?
No starseed.
He's not a starseed.
His special person powers.
Well, he's psychic. He's highly psychic, so...
Can he demonstrate his psychic abilities here for us now?
Nope, it's not a dog on pony show. The spirits don't work that way.
Okay, they never seem to work in any way that would demonstrably prove they exist. They only seem to work in ways where people have to assume you're telling the truth.
Well, because we exist in a time that is very against spiritualism, very against spirits, very
Patrick,
against...
Sorry to interrupt. I used to fucking talk to spirits all the fucking time, so I am well aware of how this works.
I've read I've listened to your interview with Ronaldo before, and I'm from Edgar Casey's hometown. So I played with the same spirits that Edgar Casey played with. So...
The spirits hang out in the same town, like they don't just traverse the entire universe. They're like, I like this town. I'm going to talk to all the special people in this town.
Why are you so angry and hateful? Why can't we just come together?
Because what you're saying is obviously bullshit. And you expect us to just be like, oh, you talk to the same spirits as Edgar Casey? Somebody has to tell you that's bullshit. And I'm sorry, but it has to be me, apparently.
Well, why do you feel like you are the gatekeeper of knowledge on the internet? Why do you feel so angry and so threatened and so bizarrely confused about my message?
Once again, I'm not threatened. And why does it have to be me? Because I don't see anybody else doing it, so why the fuck wouldn't it be me? Second, I enjoy doing it, so of course I'm gonna do it. And I'm not confused about your message, okay?
People? What kind of
How am I threatening you?
He hasn't threatened you, Pat. Like, he really
The only thing I threatened to do was to make fun of you further, which you put the videos on the internet, so that's part of the fucking game, okay?
Vitali, why is he so angry? Like, do you see?
Yeah, use your psychic powers to tell me why I'm so angry.
Come here for a second. Ask him why he's so angry. Why he's so angry. Okay, he's cutting paper. He's drawing me a picture. So, but why are you so angry? Like, why do you, like, not let people be themselves? Why do you have to make fun of people? Because
Are
that's
you saying...
consciousness.
Okay, maybe I'm being myself. Maybe I feel like part of my purpose is to help people understand that when they go over the fucking deep end, they look retarded. And I wish somebody had told me how retarded I looked when I went off the fucking deep end. It would have saved me a lot of time and a lot of misery.
I thought you were beautiful when you were on the deep end.
In summation, your beliefs are destructive to other people.
Self-destructive,
possibly to yourself as well. Self-destructive too.
My beliefs are self-destructive?
It could very well be.
I'm making a lot of money being a shaman. I'm doing just fine being a shaman.
You just made a video recently talking about how you're gonna die soon and people are mocking you and you can't handle it, and you're just like,
well, I can't handle this. Like, people call me with their stories of abuse and trauma, and it's my job as a shaman to heal that trauma. It's a hard job being a shaman. It's a hard job because you have to help people. You have to listen to people's stories. You have to help them. You have to spiritually help them, and it's a hard job.
Why do you feel that you're the special guy that has to be that guy, though?
And you're not helping them. You're just reinforcing their delusions. You're putting a fucking Band-Aid on a bullet wound.
Well, I would find several people. No, like, usually it takes one session with me to heal people. So I'm not putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. I'm actually healing people and making them stronger and healthier and hardier.
You're doing armchair psychology, in my opinion. That's what it's.
Anyone can do this, Patrick. Anyone can do it.
Anyone can do it?
Anyone can just bullshit like this. Honestly, I could do it. If I really wanted to, I could do it.
But you're so angry and full of hatred.
I can pretend not to be angry. It's not hard. It's called acting.
And he's not like this all the time. It's just because he's speaking to you. He's not just sitting there angry, sitting at his computer all day.
kind of am a little
Well,
bit.
maybe you are, but see, he's capable of smiling. Do you see what I mean here?
Well, we're all capable of smiling, but
I mean,
why-
he's not
why
just
does-
sitting
why
here
does-
stewing with anger, and I don't even think it's
why does-
necessarily hate. It's just what you're doing.
Why does
It can
me
be
having a
construed as
shamanic
wrong.
practice offend you so much? Why does me helping people
because
offend you so much?
you're not really helping them, as I've already stated. You're misleading them into thinking that you have magic powers, and you're charging them to give them bullshit, and once again to put a band-aid on a bullet wound, okay? I really don't appreciate people who do that. You happen to be colorful and you caught my eye, but there's a million people like that who piss me off just as much as you, okay?
Then who the fuck are you? Why don't you talk to some of my
clients
clients
Go ahead.
and ask them what I do for them?
Would I talk to like fundamentalist Muslims who talk to these fucking clerics and go, oh, what does your cleric do for you? It's called confirmation bias. People have it. It's a human problem. Of course they're going to think you're helping them. They've invested in you, literally and emotionally. So if you don't help them, they're wasting everything.
Do you help people? Do you talk people out of suicide?
Yeah. I actually have helped a lot of people, and I've actually helped people who have fucking gone crazy, and they've told me that I've helped them to be less crazy. Particularly targeted individuals, but, I've talked to other people who are just like me, and it does help them. Believe it or not, I'm not like a horrible, evil person. It's called tough love. Sometimes you need a little fucking reality check to realize that you look like a goddamn lunatic. And you're not the worst at all. I've seen way fucking crazier people than you. I mean, you're fairly normal compared to some of the people Ron and me have made fun of before.
Yeah, you can at least string a sentence together and your house isn't covered in tinfoil, you know what I mean?
Well, that's true.
And part of it is that you are engaging, like you're engaging with us right now. So, you would just ignored us, like we probably would have fucked right off. But it's interesting to interact with people and to have this contention, so we can have these two totally different viewpoints and we can argue about it, but it is compelling for people to see that, and so we do seek out compelling figures. So in that sense, it's kind of a compliment to you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And, being a shaman is a tough job because whether you like it or not, people do call me for help, and I don't give them bullshit answers. I get right to the heart of the matter, and I rip the Band-Aid off of the bullet wound, and I get right to healing them. So my clients are very pleased with my services, and I can't talk about my clients, because of confidentiality, but I stay very busy, and I stay well paid, and there's people who appreciate my services. So choose to disagree with me if you like, but you don't have to resonate with me.
Can you not do this without calling yourself a shaman, though, and including all this wacky mystical stuff? You can actually sit down with people, talk to them about what they're going through, give them advice without filling their head full of kooky shit.
Well, I don't.
You don't necessarily have to add that whole thing onto it, because from what it sounds like, you're giving people with emotional problems advice, and you're not even really a professional, but you give yourself the title of shaman as though that has some sort of authority when you do this. You say that there's confidentiality and all this other stuff, and you're acting like this is some sort of authoritative thing that you're doing, but seriously, you're a guy just like anybody else on the freaking internet.
But I mean, that's the thing about it.
But you're accepting money for this, is what I'm getting at.
But I was gifted with secret knowledge by the spirits, and so I share that knowledge with clients about how to overcome their problems. I had a near-death experience. I died of a brain aneurysm, and I was brought back to life by the spirits and became a shaman, and that's how it's done. So this is I was gifted with secret knowledge. So I don't share that with everybody. I share that with people who seek it.
I think the knowledge that you share is not a big secret. This is all concepts that have been floating around on the internet for years. And even before that, like it's just repackaged concepts from a million other belief systems. It's not like it's a huge secret, this idea that we're inside of some kind of an avatar and that this is all some holographic non-reality. Like, that's not a new idea. It's the fucking Matrix.
I didn't say that it was new. I said that I was gifted with secret knowledge, and to some people, they cannot process that advanced spiritual concepts. And Michael T., you may be one of those people who cannot process advanced spiritual concepts.
I processed it and digested it, and it came out the other side of me. So hopefully the same thing happens to everyone else who's trying to process this bullshit philosophy.
All I know is it kind of gave me indigestion.
It's not that I'm angry. I'm being honest. And yeah, and if I do come off as angry, why should I not be angry that people want to pass this useless bullshit off as though it's some kind of special mystical knowledge? It's not special. It's not mystical, and it's not knowledge either, because it's not true.
I'm still.
But then why does it work for me and so many other people?
It's a hallucination. It's a hallucination. It's not really working.
But it works for me, and it works for I wish for things and they happen.
It's called the placebo effect. It's called confirmation bias. You know, to this day, I still see the numbers 44 and 23 everywhere. That was a major thing for me at the height of my psychosis. And even though I know it doesn't mean anything, I still assign meaning to those numbers every time I see them. And it's because my brain has hardwired itself to look for things. And that's what's happening with you.
No, what happened to me is I had a near-death experience, was ripped into the spirit world. Told I was to be a psychic medium, healer, and helper, and then I became a shaman, and now I'm a shaman. Why does that offend you, for me to be a shaman?
Because you're not a shaman. It offends me when people claim to have powers that they do not demonstrably have. Demonstrate your powers if you want us to believe you have them.
It doesn't work that way, buddy. It doesn't work that way.
I know it doesn't.
You have to consent for me to do spirit work on you.
I consent for you to do anything you want to my spirit. I give you full 100% consent. Tell me something.
Go to sleep tonight and dream, and I will visit you in your dreams.
Okay, I want everyone to know, if that really happens, I swear to God, I will tell you all about my dream with Patrick, and if it really happened or not. I promise I will tell you if it happens.
If you remember it, I'm going to come to you in your dreams tonight. But if you don't remember it, it's not my fault.
In order for us to verify this, you both have to remember specific details from this dream. You got to share the dream, or else this is just bullshit.
But Patrick's going to tell you that...
You're putting in like a suggestion into his head. He could perhaps just think about you before he goes to sleep and just think about you by chance.
Listen, I need to demonstrate my shamanic powers. Patrick's going to say that even if we do interact in the dream, our brains will interpret everything differently based on whatever symbols have relevance to us. And so even if we are in the same dream, it may be a totally different type of scenario or situation for us. Do I have a shamanic power, Patrick?
Yes.
What I said correct? I knew it.
You're a fucking shaman, Mike.
So why don't you stop being so why don't you just accept your role as a shaman and quit?
Because I'm not a shaman. Do you want me to tell people I'm a shaman because I happen to have an understanding of psychology? I'm not a shaman.
Well, you're resisting the call of a shaman.
I'm the reptilian messiah. I don't have time to be a fucking shaman. Okay? I gotta save too many retards. So...
Maybe this is his form of shamanism, Pat. You ever think of that?
Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to be an antagonist. Maybe that's why I'm here.
Maybe his magic is to cure people with their problems in his own way.
You know, destructive forces are definitely very beneficial for change. So you could say I'm very beneficial to the ecosystem that way.
He's the yang to your yin.
Yeah, you need a resistance in order to further yourself. See? I'm good at this.
Yep, you are. I will admit that.
Do you think that Michael is an evil witch?
What?
Do you think Michael is an evil witch that is trying to fight you mystically or magically?
No.
I know that you made a video about that before.
Well, make more videos.
No, you made one about that before.
So how long is this interview going on? Because I'm kind of bored.
I don't care. Seems kind of lame, though. You don't have anything else to say, Patrick?
No, I'd rather go cuddle with my boyfriend.
Who do you want to be president, Patrick?
I don't care.
You don't care?
No.
Who can you predict the future?
I can predict alternate timelines. I can go into alternate timelines, but
anyone can predict alternate timelines because they're all going to happen in an alternate reality. So,
thank you for being the yang to my gang. But I'm bored, so let's end this interview. Thank you guys so much
all right,
for
buddy.
this interview. This was so wonderful. So
okay, we're going to do a post show after you go, okay?
Take it easy, Patrick.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. You ready for the post show?
Yeah, we're doing it right now.
Man, Patrick bailed on that real suddenly, huh?
Rage quit.
What?
Rage quit, yeah. I just wanted to sit back and just kind of let you both have it out, and yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I wanted to find some reason to like him, but he just kept on. But I did get him to admit that I'm a shaman, so
yeah. Possibly a more powerful shaman than he, but he won't.
I'm definitely more fucking powerful than him. I totally predicted what's happening in his relationship with Vitaly. I know what's going on with Patrick. And I love that he tried to convince me that I'm a shaman, like I should go down this path as well. So maybe I should start charging people to just, tell them that they're retarded.
Yeah, well, I mean, it must be lucrative. I mean, but, yeah, I think we should kind of go into the backstory of how all this transpired.
I was just going to say,
because
you need to tell this. Patrick says it's boring, but it is not boring because there's a lot more to the story that wasn't brought up in the video. So.
Right, so me and Patrick, we agreed to do this interview last night. And Vitaly, he brings him on. We have our discussion for a little bit about shamanistic bullshit. We talk about his and Vitaly's relationship, and a lot of weird things were said. And in the middle of it, Patrick just disappears. A few minutes later, I ask where did he go, and he says he's asleep. So at this point, I pull in Omni, and we proceed to talk to him for about how long?
We talked for like 30 to 40 minutes, I think. Honestly, I don't exactly remember.
Yeah.
Because I was a drinking, but I know it was a good chunk of time.
But yeah, we went into a great variety of things about his relationship. Mostly that's all Patrick really wanted to speak about last night was just what you had to say about their relationship and so on. And I had my questions about it, of course, about their whole situation. And so basically, it would appear as though Vitaly is not there technically against his will, but according to Vitaly, it's a survival thing and a last resort. And he's there basically just to, not be homeless. And
exactly.
It's a
so fucking obvious.
It's a mutual thing, and it feels like Stockholm syndrome a little bit for Vitaly, but he's yeah, it's just a really screwed up situation, and Patrick kind of seems to really just be pestering him the whole time that he has to be his boyfriend, and so here they are.
I want to reiterate, because I know you're watching, Patrick, to see what we say about you. You really need to just stop making Vitaly be your boyfriend and let him continue to live there with no strings attached. A real shaman would know that that's the right thing to do. Okay, Patrick? Just keep that in mind.
Agreed.
But I caught up with you guys after Vitaly gave you the scoop on his relationship. I caught up when Vitaly was talking about how he knows he's a special... He's not a star seed, but whatever the fuck he is.
Yeah, he's magical. He meditates. He speaks to the pagan gods, and he has a vibraty thing going on in his head.
You know what really was the most memorable thing about that to me was when Vitaly, he says, I have 100% proof, but if I explain what the proof is, no one will believe me. It's because it doesn't sound like proof when I explain it. I'm like, can you just think like another person? Stop thinking like yourself and just put yourself in the perspective of an outsider. If you know that an outsider would not believe that it's proof, then it's not fucking proof. It's a delusion.
And proof doesn't have to be explained. You see it, and it's, kind of proves what it's about. But yeah, after the whole interview and the conversation with Vitaly ended, we get offline with him, and Patrick starts asking us to not include that part of the interview, to just completely clip it out, and it seems as though Patrick really doesn't want Vitaly to express himself on his own, at least, without him supervising. What's your opinion on that?
That's definitely true. I don't think Patrick... Patrick likes to talk about narcissists and shit like this. Well, he definitely is a fucking narcissist. And when you say Vitaly has Stockholm Syndrome, it definitely kind of does seem like that. So it just seems to me like whenever Vitaly tries to express himself separately, Patrick either does that shit with his eyes where you can tell he's fucking annoyed, or he interrupts, or he starts to redirect the flow of the conversation. It's almost like he's afraid Vitaly's either going to make him look stupid, or he will say something that embarrasses him. That's what it seems to me like Patrick is afraid of.
Yeah, and Vitaly the whole time, he didn't really even want to hang up. After, I knew that...
He's lonely, man.
Yeah, and it was like I was, we were one of the few people that actually would just let him talk without trying to, change the course of his mind as he's speaking kind of thing,
Right.
But...
Well, how many sane people do you think he talks to? Not that we're exactly sane, but comparatively to Patrick... how many fucking sane people do you think Vitaly even talks to who even contend with the crazy shit that he says? He probably fucking needs people to talk to him that way. I mean, he's got to need somebody to... I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know how to explain that either. It's just kind of really sad, though. I really, really feel for Vitaly, and I'm pulling for him to kind of get his shit together. And I think that it might be possible. He's not too far gone.
Let's just see how much Patrick ruins his soul. Hopefully he can get out of there before it's all the way gone.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I will say I respect Patrick for coming on here and trying to defend himself as miserably as he did it, but...
I'm just hoping tomorrow morning he won't be like, well, hey guys, can you cut out that entire part where I look like a dumbass, i.e. the entire thing?
Yeah, don't give him time to do that. You did him a favor the first time. No more favors for him, okay? And it was really more a favor for Vitaly than for Patrick.
It really is. And it's not so much that it humiliates Vitaly in any way. He's just being very candid about his, his whole situation.
He's afraid to express himself. Even when he does it, he feels regrets about it later.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
That's just a really, sad way to be, if you ask me. I hope that he will, he'll eventually open that YouTube channel.
Well, I'm looking forward to Patrick coming to me in my dreams tonight to rape me. That's going to be awesome. So...
Yeah, that ought to be interesting.
A fucking nightmare for sure.
Yeah.
But I swear to God, if I have even the remotest instance of Patrick in any of my dreams, I swear I'll tell everybody. So we'll see if he has real powers or not.
What kind of shit is that, though? I mean, I could tell somebody, hey, you're going to see a yellow Volkswagen with purple dots, and if you actually think about it before you fall asleep, you just might have a dream about it.
And all of the shit that he says, juvenile cult leader tactics of how to fucking control people. And I can't believe that his opening is to say that people choose to get raped and murdered. Like, what a strong opening.
Yeah.
You can't even, like, fucking make some apologetic way of saying that. You're just gonna straight up say that people sign fucking contracts to get raped and murdered before they even understand how to speak.
Christianity at least has that going for it, that it's like, oh, well, we can blame this on the devil, or God just wanted another angel, or, you know, whatever kind of bullshit. But this is just like, nope, you did it, bitch. It's your fault.
You know, as soon as the interview started, it's like, I handed him the shovel, and he just started fucking digging. So...
like, how are police supposed to spawn to rape in his universe? Like, they show up and they're like, oh, well...
You chose this before you were born.
This was this soul contract you had with that guy, so...
and what happens when you break a soul contract? If you break a soul contract, you gonna go to fucking soul jail? Just wonder what happens there.
Yeah, you go to... I don't even know, man.
It's funny because he places Hitler on the same fucking level as, you know... the greatest figures in human history. So he says there may not be right or wrong, okay, if you really want to have that kind of discussion, but there's certainly destructive and creative.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
He draws no distinction.
I mean,
it's all the fucking same thing to him.
Yeah. That's just it really does show his narcissism as well, that he puts this label on him. He thinks he's an authority that is in a position to charge people to speak to him about whatever crazy shit that they're thinking of. The aliens are contacting me. What do I do, Pat? Hold on.
I don't know.
Fuck, man, come on.
Chugging that Pabst.
And then he just goes on and...
he's a shaman that gives people spiritual advice while drunk on Pabst Blue Ribbon. Definitely worth your money, guys.
And claims he doesn't do drugs. He claimed that in the interview, that he does not do drugs. I might post that first half anyway, because, you know, just the one-on-one with me and him was actually like an interview. This was more of a debate, per se.
You should just splice them together. But,
maybe I should. Maybe I should splice all this together.
Do, like, part 1 and part 2. But,
One big Pat extravaganza.
Pat extravaganza. Well, guys, Pat said that I am a great shaman. I want you to know I will never charge you for shamanic services. A real shaman would not charge people to help them, guys. Okay? A shaman doesn't need money.
Yeah, what the fuck is a shaman gonna do with money?
I know, right? You're supposed to be fucking homeless. Come on, buddy. Live like a real shaman.
Yeah, I mean... I don't know. He's not a fucking person that should even give advice, much less call himself a shaman and charge.
He should be paying the shamans, okay? That's how good he is at this. But anyway, how much more bitching about this transparent dummy can we really do? It's pretty obvious.
Really don't know. I'm just interested to see how this plays out tomorrow. He's gonna be like, hey, you guys edit this out, or
don't edit out shit.
And the whole time he's acting about how, oh, why are you so angry? Yet he's the one that visibly is angry at the end and leaves.
I'm like, why do you care? I mean, why are you butthurt? I'm apparently not a shaman like you. I'm just a stupid human, so I'm expected to have emotional responses. But you're an elevated shaman. Why does it bother you what I think of you, Patrick?
Why would he be offended by you disagreeing with his practice?
Yeah. I legitimize him, you know, and in terms
by
of
even acknowledging
that crap. Yeah. Oh well, whatever.
Yeah.
Never discredit the power of a good antagonist, Patrick.
Exactly. We're gonna make you famous, boy.
It's gonna make Patrick. He's gonna be like the president one day.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm gonna go start thinking about Patrick so I can get it all ready for my dream later tonight.
Make sure you keep that lotion and tissue close by.
Yeah. What if I like kill Patrick's soul in my dream and then he just loses his shamanic powers tomorrow morning? Doesn't have them anymore. Would he admit it, or would he continue to pretend he does?
Would anyone notice a difference if he actually did lose his powers?
No, I
Considering
don't think so.
there are none.
Oh well, poor Patrick. He's probably gonna go pass out now.
Yep. Well, good night, dude. I will
Nighty night.
see you later, man.
Adios.
Take it easy.